We done?
Did African style.
I know. Conversations with Stephen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Can you put his headphones on a little bit? It's a bit loud. Morning, people. It is Thursday, the 19th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I am one of you. There's a packed house today. Brent, can you just show them what we're working with today? Yeah, that's what we're working with today. Mm-hmm. So, I'm one of your lovely hosts, Maya Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, Melanin Jam-packed.
That's right. You guys know Brent is in the building, always in the building.
Morning.
How's everyone doing today?
We thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. How are you?
I'm okay. I feel joy in my heart.
Oh, is it?
But I also, I feel very joyful today.
That's good.
But I'm also just very zen and quiet and just I need calmness and stillness.
Okay, I hear you.
So life is about balance. So there's that.
Did you read your Bible today?
I did read my Bible today.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I woke up. The devil tried to get me though. Trying to get me to fall asleep again. But no, I woke up. I have a quick scenario for you guys, right? So imagine you get on a plane to go on holiday, right? And then you get back. When you get back, you find out that you've actually been missing for the last 5 years.
What?
Do you know what that is? So I'm currently watching a show on Netflix called Manifest. And this is what it's about. It came around my birthday, but I was about to go on a plane then. I just didn't think it was a smart idea. But basically, these people go on holiday and they come back. And when they come back, there's like hella police, ambulance, everything. They didn't even let them land where you usually go at the airport. They had to be on the underground and tarmac and whatnot. And they were basically like, yeah, you guys, you took off, you left Jamaica on this date, 2013. It is currently this date, 2018. So like, where have you all been? And everybody on the plane is exactly the same people that took off. But for them, they left Jamaica yesterday.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's a really good show though. It's called Manifest. It's a really, really good show.
You know, scientifically, that's possible.
How?
But that would kind of require you to leave the planet. Like,
okay, they didn't leave the planet.
Yeah, exactly. Because you'd have to...
Like go to Mars or something. Oh my gosh, is it the same time in Mars when people have gone to the moon? Have they arrived on the same day they should here? If that makes sense.
What do you mean? So like, I think it takes like 3 days to get to the moon. So it will be, so like we would know 3 days later, that's when they'll tell us, oh, we're here now.
Oh, okay.
But like say, basically, come to Einstein, if you were to move, it's the whole theory of relativity, but if you were to move at the speed of light, then pretty much time has to slow down. So if you were to go fast enough...
Yeah. Or faster than the balloons. But, yeah.
If you were to go fast enough, pretty much, time will slow down for everybody else.
Okay.
So if you were to then come back, you would be normal kind of age relative to you. Yeah. But everybody else would have aged.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Because one of the guys is a twin. This twin is a grown-ass girl. He's just a little boy.
Crazy.
But basically, one of the storylines on there, is that this girl, she's got a fiance. But obviously when she's come back, he done moved on. I'm breaking up the marriage. I'm breaking it up. Because I spoke to you yesterday. So what do you mean you're married? And he's married to her best friend. Oh. Breaking it up. Everyone stop this. Everybody, I know you still love me. Don't be silly. Let's do this.
But she was trying to comfort him whilst...
That's great. Thank you for your services, ma'am. I am here now to redeem my prize. It would be mad. Brent, what would your reaction be?
If I woke up and I was...
No, you didn't wake up.
Older,
you're on a flight.
and then when I
So you went to Trinidad. You're on your way back to London.
Yeah.
But when you get back to London, we tell you your flight took off 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Why are you just only arriving now?
What would I do?
Yeah. Like Brendan's going to the new black building, see what we've done of his business.
It definitely wouldn't be there, would it?
Let me see what these people have been doing while I've been gone.
I don't know what I'll do.
It's so crazy. I couldn't imagine it, but it's a really good. It's a really good series. There's obviously a lot more to the stories as well, but I don't want to ruin it. I watched another show as well over the weekend. Crap. What was it called? Hold on, because it was really, really good. How do you see your archives on Instagram? Oh, here we go. Never mind, found it. Sorry, y'all. You're gonna have to just. It was a really good series. I could not believe it. Oh, The Night Agent.
Night Agent.
Yeah.
It's good.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Really good.
It's better than Manifest.
Have you watched Manifest?
Nope.
You don't know it's better then?
I tried to get into it.
It is better than Manifest though. Because I'll be honest with you, Manifest was killing me. I said, I don't know if I'm going to carry on. And then I looked, I was like, okay, maybe if it's 10 episodes, I can firm it kind of thing. It's at 16. I said, it's a long way to go, but it's picked up. I was even later.
Did they drag it?
They're dragging it. But do you know, I clock about shows now, like a lot of them have just a lot of filler episodes. I watched another show over the weekend as well. That's what I spent my weekend doing. It's called 7 Seconds. It's actually sad because it's got Regina King in it. It was in 2018. And it's something to do with like her son.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But it was sad because I was like, oh my gosh, in real life, her son actually died. So
Is it after this then?
Yeah, her son died a year ago.
Yeah.
So, and that show was 2018. But that show, so with that show as well, it's good at the start, but there's a lot of fillers. I was like, we could have cut all of this out and just got to the murder mystery at the end kind of thing. But you see when it ended, I couldn't believe it.
What happened at the end? I can't remember now.
Oh, I don't want to.
Oh, you don't spoil it, yeah.
But you're not going to watch it, are you?
Is it still on Netflix?
What?
Right now?
Yeah.
Manifest?
Okay.
No, 7 Seconds.
I don't know what that is.
The people might want to watch it though.
Now, I was going to tell him to mute the mic. I can tell you what happened.
Okay.
Right, hold up.
So people.
Spoiler.
Did you even mute it?
Yes.
So suspicious. But no, yeah, that was mad. And I was like, damn, like this is actually the criminal system in America, you know. But yeah, man, that's what I've been up to. But definitely watch The Night Agent. That's a really, really good show. Really good show. And then watch Manifest as well. Well, I'll let you know when I finish it. If it's actually, to be fair, it is good. Because I left my house later than I should have this morning because I was watching it. I like to watch something funny in the morning to lighten up my day. But I was like, wait a minute, I'm sure I stopped somewhere critical. So I went back to it and I said, oh, it's kicking off. It's popping off. But anyways, Black History Month. Let's get into it.
All right. So again, our Black History Month segment, lest we forget. Today, I wanted to talk about a country that I feel like is not very familiar to a lot of people. It could just be me, to be fair. But
it is just you.
Okay, there you go. Well, actually, it's not just me because I look up to the former president. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the country doesn't get mentioned that much.
Oh, I like what the country's called. I feel like it's such a lit word.
And this country is Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Yes, Mozambique.
Lovely word.
Yeah, man. So big up Mozambique. Reason why we chose Mozambique today is because the legendary Pan-Africanist, their president, Samora Machel, he was unfortunately, I mean...
He was assassinated as well.
Again, there's a conspiracy behind it.
Man.
There's a conspiracy around it, right? He was warned, I'm starting the story from the end, but anyway, he was warned about not traveling at night.
Yeah.
Right, he took a plane, I believe he was going back to Mozambique from South Africa, I believe, right? And he was told, don't do it, this, that, and the third. Long story short, the plane never got to where it was meant to get to. It crashed. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there were 9 other people on the plane at the rear end of the plane. And I believe they all survived. Yeah.
But he was at the front.
Yeah, exactly. Near the front anyway. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was the situation.
What is the safest place to sit in a plane?
Boy, I don't know if there is one.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, you can hit, the plane can get hit anywhere. Yeah.
Anyway.
But yes, Samora Machel, just want to give a brief history about him. He was born 29th of September 1933 in the Gaza province of Portuguese East Africa, which is now known as Mozambique, right? Obviously, like most people, came from humble beginnings. He attended mission schools, again, like a lot of people around them times, right?
Yeah.
And he actually became a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah, so he became a nurse, very influential, sorry, not influential, but impactful, right, in what he was doing. And around that sort of time, this is when Africa was kind of waking up politically. Everyone was trying to strive for independence, and you know what I'm saying, like at least a few decades before they actually got their independence and whatnot. So he kind of came up through that system as well. And that's when he joined the Frelimo group, which is the Mozambique Liberation Front, right, in 1962. Okay. And they were trying to basically fight against the Portuguese to end the colonial rule over there, right? Obviously, he was a charismatic guy. He was one, you know what I'm saying? Like the type of person you kind of, I guess, would look up to as a leader. And he basically rose up through the ranks, man. He became the number 2. And then the leader of the actual group, he was assassinated. I believe in, when was it? 74, I believe, Eduardo Mondlane. And basically, Samora Machel took up the position, and then he led Mozambique to independence, right? And they got their independence June 25th, 1975. So yeah, he was a good president, and like a lot of the people around that time as well who were African, the Pan-African leaders, a lot of them subscribed to like socialist economics, basically, right? Yeah. Very, and which is kind of, I guess, the norm for African leaders back then, because people, again, they had that African mindset of not anyone trying to just do for themselves alone.
Yeah.
It was more so about we're a community, we're one, we're a nation, right? So anyway, he was one of those people, right? And so, yeah, he focused a lot on the country's infrastructure, the education, the healthcare, again, like a lot of the presidents around that time as well. Obviously, you're going to face a lot of challenges. You know what I'm saying? He faced a lot of challenges from opposition groups as well. There was economic difficulties. There was all types of stuff. Some people will say, obviously, he made certain decisions that wasn't the greatest as well.
Yeah.
He did... Today's day and age, you would kind of call him a dictator because at some point he then said, listen, I want to be done, I want to do away with all these other opposition parties. There needs to be one party and I'm the leader of that party and I'm going to lead us forward pretty much, innit? Because, you know, he had his vision. He believed he was the right man for the job. Anyway, long story short, like I said, there was something controversial that people kind of, I don't want to go into the details of that, but that's him basically. He basically had a deal with the apartheid government in South Africa about something, right? But he was doing it basically to try and support those who were fighting for independence in Zimbabwe. Okay. Right? And basically this particular deal was basically about him agreeing to stay out of the situation, South Africa agreeing to stay out of the situation and allowing Robert Mugabe's group to fight for independence alone. Because long story short, he was supporting them for independence. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the whites in South Africa ain't happy about that, right? So both of them was kind of getting involved. Yeah. And then they kind of, you know, sorted out a deal, whatever it may be. Anyway, long story short, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe he was coming back from a meeting or whatever in South Africa on that day. And yeah, the plane never got to where it was meant to get to. And yeah, unfortunately, he died. He died, man. And that was today's date in 1986. Wow. So yeah, big up Samara Machel. He also, I'm not too sure, like, you guys have heard the phrase "a luta continua," which means
damn well, you know, damn well.
You might have.
No, where would anyone have heard that?
Nah.
It just means the struggle continues. So basically, that was their.
The marathon continues. I ain't never heard no struggle continuing.
That was their mantra, basically. You know what I'm saying? He was that person that pretty much coined it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, big up the great Samora Machel. But yeah, let's get into some interesting facts about Mozambique. So, for those who don't know, it's a country that is located in Southeast Africa. Mm-hmm. It borders Malawi, South Africa, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia. Zambia, we're gonna be talking about Zambia at another stage because their independence is coming up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This month.
Yes, I believe it's on the 24th. Okay. So Mozambique, they've been inhabited for at least 10,000 years. Yeah, I know that doesn't sound like
10,000 years is a long last time.
It is. But the reason why I think this particular thing kind of speaks about 10,000 years, because you go back 10,000 years, you ain't got no history in Europe. There's nothing there 10,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So obviously,
Says who though?
Huh?
Says who though? No, but I mean, as in like,
there's Dave got nine there.
No, but as in, there's history that we don't know of.
Remember,
I do believe there's lost civilizations
in Europe.
Everywhere, not just Europe, everywhere. So
Africa, I can give that to you.
Alright, cool.
Europe are a new people.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? In terms of consciousness, anyway. You know what I'm saying? They weren't doing that until the Greeks, pretty much. You know what I mean? Around the 11th century, the Shona Empire developed between the Limpopo and the Zambezi rivers, right? And they became a huge, influential empire as well. Group of people anyway, if you don't want to call them an empire. The land of Mozambique is the island of Mozambique is the country's sole UNESCO World Heritage Site, right? So located just off of like the mainland, they've got an island there, and the site is known for its 16th century architectural and historical significance. So UNESCO said, yo, this is a World Heritage Site. You know what I'm saying? Also, did you know Mozambique is also the only one-word country that includes all 5 vowels in its name?
Only one-word country that includes all... No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's something you need to put in
the 140 exactly. Sorry, 1 second. Obviously, they speak many languages like most African countries. You know what I'm saying? Most people from Mozambique are multilingual and they speak more than one language. More than 40 languages are spoken in Mozambique. You know what I'm saying? More than 40 languages, yeah. They also have a young and vital population, man. So basically, almost half of the population, it was about 30 million people there, well, basically 45%, are under the age of 15.
Under the age of 15?
15 and under, yeah. I believe we said that about was it Uganda? We said that about.
It was one of the
What's that
countries. It was
Uganda.
half the countries are under.
What are they again? Half the country is under what?
15 years old and
Under 15 years old.
Yeah. Remember we spoke
Didn't I
about
think
that?
it was somewhere
Another
else.
country.
Uganda.
I think it was an African. It was definitely an African country.
It wasn't Uganda. No, it wasn't Uganda.
No?
Somewhere else. I remember you saying.
Or was it Kenya?
Or was it Jamaica?
Yeah, rude.
Why is it rude? Are you right? Why is it rude for Jamaica, but it's not rude for your fellow Africans? This is why people think you're Jamaican.
This is the way you're saying it.
Is this why people think you're Jamaican?
No, this is the way
Because you
you're
are not
saying
standing up for the Africans.
No, I will stand up for Africans.
Can you imagine?
I will stand up for Africans. All I could do is stand
When
up
did you start claiming Nigeria?
Okay.
Claiming?
He started claiming on
I've
TDA
always been Nigerian.
after he was name and
How
shamed
can you?
by his childhood friend.
It's not like you wake up and you start claiming the country. Wait, naming and shaming what? Say that again.
Excuse me,
Say that again.
Mister, you're gonna have to catch up
Here we go.
when the clip goes live.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so their flag, yeah, they're one of the only countries that has actual a firearm on their flag.
Is it?
Yeah,
They're on smoke, boy.
Let it be
I don't
known.
know what that represents.
they were serious about the struggle, man.
Let it be known. This is what it is.
Yeah, they were serious about it, man. They've also got, so basically their flag, I think it's on the screen anyway. Well, will be. They got green, black, yellow, and narrow white stripes, right? They got a red triangle, which has a yellow star in the middle of it, and an open book, and a crossed hole, and a rifle. There's a lot of imagery.
There's a lot going on there.
A lot going there, yeah. The green represents the land, white represents peace, black, the African continent, yellow, the country's minerals, red is the struggle for independence. The rifle signifies defense and vigilance, and the hole, it symbolizes agriculture, the book, education, and the star, Marxism. So yeah, man, they're really into the socialist.
Marxism?
Yeah.
And Karl Marx.
Yeah.
Marxism.
Yeah. Because it's very
Right,
socialist.
so
Yeah, very socialist.
that's a
government.
busy flag.
Mhm.
It's very busy.
Yep.
Okay, big up them. Mozambique.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met anyone from Mozambique?
I haven't,
What are they
no.
even called? Mozambican?
Yeah. Yeah,
You made that up?
Mozambican.
I
Mozambican.
definitely thought you made that up.
I did make it up.
You got
Look at
that
that.
one. You got
The
that
knowledge.
one.
Let's get on to some of their foods. Right? So they got something called shima, right? It's pronounced shima, but it's spelled Xima. X, yeah. But it's pronounced shima.
Xima.
Yeah. And basically it's like a porridge style dish, yeah.
You already lost me on that.
And they use like maize or corn flour. And this is considered to be like a staple dish in the Mozambican cuisine. It's kind of got like apparently it's got a very like fairly neutral flavor, right? So you can eat it alongside vegetables, eat it alongside meat, stews.
Oh, it's like semolina.
Exactly.
Or like ground rice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you know what that is?
No answering the question.
I don't know if you guys eat that in Jamaica.
Ask Brent.
From Trinidad.
All the same country.
Brent is very Nigerian anyway.
It looks like ground rice.
I hate ground rice.
I love ground
Yeah.
rice.
I used to love ground rice.
I didn't get the concept.
I liked the taste.
But I like the Hausa's tour where they actually have rice and they ground it
Okay.
and they make it. They ground actual rice, cooked rice, into like that form.
Yeah. Okay.
That slaps.
Yeah, that's authentic.
Ground rice is.
Yeah, that's authentic.
No, but ground rice is like
Powder.
it's such a fraud.
Yeah, but that's like
Nothing ricey about that crap.
That's like the pounded yam here.
No, I have real pounded jam. I don't know about y'all. I don't have the powder pounded yam. I had it on
Oh,
Monday.
is it?
Serious?
Yeah, I can't
I've
lie.
got a
though.
machine that pounds yam.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I actually
Yeah.
need to get that machine.
Just got a
Well, you can use a food
machine,
processor.
oh, Jesus.
It's
It's
long.
on YouTube. No, it's not long. It's honestly not long. It's very quick. Just put it. If you got a
What
food
kind of
processor,
food
just put it in there.
Okay, yeah, I think I need a proper good one then.
Yeah, I checked on YouTube when I thought I lost it.
Yeah, I
in the
know. But
house
I've seen
fire.
people do it. I've seen it on
That was
YouTube.
the first thing for my
Yeah.
the house. I was like, oh my god, so yam pounder, but then it survived. Thank God for that. Yeah.
Okay.
Love pounded jam.
They got something called feijoada. Feijoada, I believe it's pronounced.
Okay.
So that's Feijoada. Feijoada. And it's like a wholesome bean stew, yeah? And they use basically like beef, pork, or basically both. And yeah, it's just a big stew in it, basically. The base is obviously made of tomatoes. Yeah, there it is. And onion.
Nice.
Beef and pork.
Yeah.
That is wild.
They can do either, but sometimes they do both.
They eat a lot of pork in Africa. I ain't never seen no pigs around there.
But you know what it is? It's, again, I could be generalizing, but it's usually those countries that were colonized by Portuguese. They love pork.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? That's Africans. We don't eat pork like that.
Because even thinking about it, I feel like in Nigeria it's like, because we've got a Muslim population, there ain't that many pork sausages lying about the place.
No, not at all.
It tends to be like beef and stuff.
Ghanaians
and
eat a lot of pork now.
Yeah, Ghanaians, they eat
Do
pork.
they?
Some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they do,
do.
yeah.
They eat egg with everything. They're alright.
I did not know this.
Yeah, some of them do.
I know this is people.
Really?
You all know.
Yeah, it's true.
That looks nice though. But I'd have like a chicken version.
Whenever I've been to, well, in the past, anyway, when I went to, them Brazilian rodizio
Yeah,
places,
we do.
Yeah.
they got them. They got
That's
that
what it
stuff.
reminded me of.
Yeah, they got a lot of that stuff there, man.
That was pork galore.
Sometimes they even put in like ham hock, chorizo. They put in pig trotters. Yeah, all of that stuff. Tripe as well.
Okay, now I just.
Yeah.
I should have every fucking food.
Every part of the pig, that's wild.
They got,
Sorry, somebody asked for the pounder machine.
Sorry, it's discontinued.
Yeah, it has.
Basically, yeah, it was from like when it was a gift my granddad got years and years ago. My mum was probably my
I remember
age
when they was
when she got
promoting
it. Do you get what I mean? So it's like literally an ancient machine. I'm sure there's other ones that you can get this day and age, but mine is literally one of the first versions. I told my mum when I move out, I'm taking it with me. So
Yeah, that knob does look ancient.
that's a new one. That's a new version. You don't want to see my knob. You want to see what mine looks like. Because mine actually, that's it. Mine cooks and pounds a yam, but obviously I don't cook it in there because that's just
Of course,
messy.
Amazon's gonna have it.
How much is that? £278?
Yeah, but I feel like it's roughly been the same, to be fair. Because I remember when I was gonna convert it from naira to it was expensive.
Yeah, it's wild.
so
But it's worth
proper.
the money to pound yam, right?
No, you just get a food processor.
This can survive a
Okay,
house
food
fire.
It
I
did
know.
survive a house fire. It actually did. It actually did survive a house fire.
It's really.
Because when I went in, and it was in the kitchen, the fire started in the kitchen.
Wow.
When I opened the cupboard, my baby was just there. Just there. And I literally threw the ashes and picked my finger. I said, Mommy made it. Actually, it did survive a house fire. Love that for me. She just knew I needed it.
They got something called mukapata.
Okay.
And it's like a side dish, right? That falls somewhere between like grits and shimmer. Right? So it's prepared using mung
Their
beans.
meals are very
When you say grits, you said.
Grits and
Grits.
shimmer.
What's
Shimmer is the first thing we mentioned. So basically it's like a maize or corn flour type something. But they usually prepare this using mung beans, coconut milk and rice. And it's all mashed together.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you kind of eat it alongside a stew or curry or something like that.
People love soft foods, you know.
Yeah, I can't.
Because I can't imagine eating that
I
with
can't do
like
maize.
stew and stuff like that.
But you have fufu.
Yeah, what? If I have fufu for your head, bruv, trust me.
I don't even like fufu. So.
You will land next week. You will land in next week. That fufu
Isn't it soft?
it can be fluffy, but it's not soft like that. That looks like if I put my fingers through, it's going to go
That
just...
was like, it
That
just
looks
reminds me
like
of
mash.
porridge to me.
Say again?
Porridge.
Yeah, it looks like porridge. But fufu is more, it's kind of more, it's more solid than that. It can be fluffy, but it's more solid than that.
Obviously they love their peri-peri over there.
Love that for them.
Yep.
Portuguese again.
Loads of Portuguese influence, man. And the last thing I'll maybe mention is chamusas, which is basically like samosas.
Okay.
Yeah, well, chamusas.
Can you spell it when you tell me? Because I have to.
Yes, CHAMUSSAS. So basically, they literally look like samosas. Yeah, but in the Mozambican version, they would have meat, fish, potatoes, cheese.
All in this one little pastry.
Yeah. Well, not all together. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. They'll have like either or type thing.
Okay, that's nice actually.
Yeah. And this is like their like street food. Yeah, man. So people find it on the street or you have it in between meals, whatever it may be. And yeah, that's it. In fact, let me give you the one more. The brada. Yes, the brada.
Sounds Russian.
No, that actually sounds Portuguese.
The brada.
Yeah.
How'd you spell that?
Maybe it's the way he's saying it.
DOBRADA. DOB.
Yeah, you need to do
R-A-D-A.
all of that with your R's. It's the brother.
And yeah, this is another food that was brought over by the Portuguese, man. And basically, it's boiled tripe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's
Boiled
usually
tripe.
accompanied with chickpeas or white butter beans. And then they put in some chorizos as well.
Yeah, certain countries you can't actually be a vegan. You would.
Yeah, you'd be done.
Nah.
That looks
I didn't know
dry.
Portuguese people
That
indulge in
looks dry,
tripe
that's
like
too
this.
as in-
wet.
as
Yeah,
in,
I didn't know either, you
It
know.
doesn't look.
Because I can't lie, I just associate with Nigerian tripe.
I'm blaming the Portuguese for this.
Oh, Ghanaians love it.
Really?
They love tripe.
I just
Love
I just never thought I'm just
That's true.
Nigerians only eat tripe.
I've only had tripe from Nigerian dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
What is tripe again?
Shaki.
Oh, yeah. See, I can't do all of that.
You don't like shaki?
Nah. I don't eat funky parts of animals. Do you know what it is? Yeah.
I used to eat it, but now I can't do it no more.
Nah.
I can't do it no more.
Why
My
not?
mum's always been picky, so it's only like my grandma that would make stuff like that. Even then, it's just like, come on, what are we doing here? I only have it when I like say I have to get pepper soup from Enish or something. They've got it in there. Then I can have,
that's why
but
I
it's
don't even-
very very little pieces. I can deal with that. But other than that,
Yeah, I can't deal with it.
Nope, I'm not involved.
a piece as big as a piece of beef.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I used to love it on, remember stick meat?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they cut it and then season it with like this like kind of soup pepper. I used to love it with that, but
I
Nah,
picked up some
don't put
jollof.
that Nigerian. Don't. That just looks like skin. That just looks disgusting. It just like it smells.
yeah, I can't do it now.
Yeah. Someone asked me if I went to some the other day as I picked up some jollof. I was like, no. Just pass on that.
Just beef, please. Huh?
Just give me the, give me the jollof and we're good.
Yeah, it ain't it. Big up Mozambique.
Yeah, man. Just a few notable people. Of course, Eduardo Mondlane, the person I spoke about that was taken over by the great Samora Machel. He was assassinated, in 1969, actually, pardon me. Was assassinated, and the theories proposed that it may have been some of his rivals within the actual group, man. Could also been some Tanzanian politicians, some international people, it's always,
Age-old story.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, the same old thing. But he was a legendary guy as well that led the people of Mozambique to independence. At least got them as far as he did anyway. Graca Machel. She was a Mozambican politician and humanitarian. Obviously, Samora Machel that I mentioned before. Eusebio. No, Eusebio.
Yeah, footballer.
The legendary footballer.
Eusebio.
Yes. He was actually from Mozambique, man. Yeah. Obviously, he played for Portugal in the World Cup and that. But yeah, he was actually one of the legendary football players. Carlos Queiroz?
The manager.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, born in Mozambique.
No way.
Yeah.
They represented Portuguese as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, so big up people of Mozambique.
We got the Mozambicans. Big up y'all. All right, let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline, and this is obviously this is a crazy one. So this is based on what we were talking about yesterday about the whole hospital that got
Situation,
bombed.
yeah.
All right, so we'll get into it in a minute. So the US President Joe Biden has said a deadly blast at Gaza hospital appears to have been caused by Palestinian militants. So he is backing Israel's account of the incident as he visits the country. So Mr. Biden, who landed in Tel Aviv yesterday, said that he was deeply saddened and outraged by the explosion. Israel's military said it was caused by a failed Palestinian rocket launch. But Palestinian officials say that an Israeli airstrike basically was responsible for it. They're saying that's what hit the hospital. Health officials in Gaza have said almost 500 people were killed in the explosion, but no death toll has been confirmed. US President Joe Biden has urged Israel not to be consumed by rage over the Hamas attack to avoid repeating Washington's mistake after the 2001 terror attack on the US. So, quick one there. so we can move on quickly. But what do you guys think about this? Because everyone was talking about Israel is they're horrible, they're monsters, they're this, that, and the third, right? Of course, Israel. This is Israel talking about it. Biden said that he's got independent sources, so this is not. He's not taking Israel's word for it. I believe the BBC launched their little investigation, and it's pointing to Hamas. Obviously not on purpose, but still, it wasn't Israel.
Yeah, but
Well, good think.
Channel 4 did their thing, and they had several experts come out to say that the voices used in that audio clip were fake. Well, not fake as in AI, but they weren't people from the actual region that Israel is saying that they were from. So it isn't as clean and clear as you may be insinuating.
But
Biden saying he got his individual sources.
Yeah.
People are asking for the evidence. You understand? All everybody's doing right now is just saying that, yeah, they believe this, that, and the next, but they're not showing any evidence.
They're not showing evidence yet, right? But they're talking about the size of the crater. They're basically talking about how that's linked to some weaponry that Hamas would have. They also got video footage of when the rocket launches from Hamas's base, right? And then shortly after, like 2 seconds later,
it was from the cemetery behind the hospital, but then other sources are saying it didn't launch from there. So please, when you're saying, what do we think about it? It's still up in the air. There's no confirmation yet.
Oh, okay. But the general consensus is a lot of people are believing, based on this though, that it's swinging more so toward Hamas. The only person I've heard, well, besides yourself now, is the Palestinian ambassador, who was like, I've got evidence. Wait. And also, he was saying, let's wait for Red Cross to get there to investigate.
You're talking
Red
about from the
Cross?
Pairs
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just him that you heard it from. Well, you may have only heard it from
I only heard it from him.
Yeah, but that's not the only place that is saying the same thing. They even said they have a warhead.
Okay.
Show the warhead. But again, let us see the evidence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but it's not confirmed yet. And to suggest that Biden wouldn't stand there and lie.
I was gonna say.
Oh, no, of course.
I was gonna say.
Of course they would. Of course they would.
Yeah, because he said he also saw all of the decapitated bodies of the babies, and he didn't.
Yeah, but yeah. Biden's not in his right. You know what I
This
mean?
is it. So can't use him.
We can't use him as
No,
a
but
measure
it's
of-
only because he was saying, here we go.
You did this. You did
You
this.
started
You
this.
did one headline and
Yeah.
this is you. So this is your phone call. Answer them.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Ramsey, I know that voice.
Yes, what's going on?
Oh, what's
Yeah,
up?
man.
What's up, Ramsey?
Yeah, everyone
Ramsey,
good,
wake
yeah?
Ramsey up.
What you saying?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Esther. Thank you. They're coming. Yeah, man, we're talking about.
It's quite noisy where you are. You know?
Fighting the wind or something.
It's quite
Is it?
noisy.
How
Yeah.
you know you're pressing Matthew to call in?
I'm sorry, I'm outside. If it gets too loud, I can call back a bit later. What do you mean with Hamas, bro? What are you talking about?
You know, I didn't say it was Hamas, did it? I
No, you said most of the evidence points towards Hamas.
No, I said that most of the evidence from these people are saying it points to Hamas. So basically the size of the crater, right? And also the actual video footage showing rockets launching from Hamas's base, right? And then let's just say like 2 seconds later, a big explosion in the car park of this particular hospital. So those are the two things people are talking about. That's what I'm saying is pointing to Hamas. I don't know.
And they forgot to mention that the same hospital was hit by, what was it, about 4 months ago?
Yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with the 500 that died yesterday, the other day.
No, but it does, because the whole strip of Gaza has been bombed for how many years now? And now this time, accidentally, it's Hamas.
No. Ramsey, you can't do that.
How? How can I not do that?
No, because you can't talk. We're not talking about people. We're not talking about months ago. We're talking about the 500 that died the other day. That everyone said Israel did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing we're talking about. You can't talk about the previous situation. Like in this situation here, when everyone was horrified and calling Israel animals. No, because we're talking about how.
Making up rules.
No. Because everyone was talking about Israel, basically, right? Bombing up these people. Man, woman, child, everything.
Which they have been.
Yeah, they have been, right? But we're talking about the 500 that died a couple of days ago, right? Everyone was blaming Israel. So what I'm saying is, right now, according to BBC, according to Biden, according to Israel, of course, like Brent's saying, we need to wait for more evidence. But according to them 3 sources, they're saying Hamas did it. You can't now say, well, Israel been doing it from before. Because we're not talking about before.
Of course we can, because there's smoke, there's fire. What are we talking about? If they've been doing it, if they've been known and they have a reputation of bombing hospitals and bombing children, as you've seen prior to the hospital getting bombed, what makes this hospital, what makes this place any different?
No, but that just speaks to...
If they're giving notice to tell people to evacuate and move, and then bombing that same place, or they're saying, all right, here, leave the country, and allegedly is what I've heard, entrance to Egypt has been bombed as well, and Egypt on their side are allowing refugees. Mm-hmm. What makes you think, why is this hospital out of bounds now? Why is it like, oh no,
nobody's saying, no, Ramsey, it's not about it being out of bounds. It's not about whether you think Israel's lying or not. They may be lying, but based on the evidence of the 500 that everyone went crazy about, right? We're not talking about what they're capable of. We both know they're capable of doing this, right? They even told you, like you just said, that they will do something like this, right? But did they do it? That's the question. It's about, did they do it? It's not a theoretical argument. Like 500 people died. Who is responsible? And they're saying, based on the evidence, again, that they've got, of course, we have to wait for some more independent sources, wait for the Red Cross, wait for whoever, right? But based on the evidence that they've got so far, and what Biden's saying, and BBC's investigation, brief maybe, right? It's pointing to Hamas mistakenly doing it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of, and this is, let me preface what I'm saying, right? This might sound crazy.
Yeah.
The only reason this is getting a lot of attention is because it's a hospital. All the other 1,500 people that died, they were children as well.
They've been what, sorry?
There were children that died prior as well, prior to the hospital.
100%.
The only reason this is getting notoriety and that they can deny this is because, or at least this has come to attention, is because it's a hospital. But then it's a random school, a university, and there's still kids that died in that, but there isn't enough energy. Israel is happy to admit that and say that Hamas is hiding behind them, but then if it's a hospital, they're denying it.
No, but you have to be fair though, because
you
have to be fair because, like, even though you're saying the only reason why there's energy towards it is because it's a hospital, there was babies there. Just yesterday, everyone was blaming Israel for it. And everyone was having the same energy because of the hospital and babies there, saying how bad Israel is. So if Israel didn't do it, let's just say Israel didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Again, we have to wait for that to be the case. But if they didn't do it, they didn't do it. It doesn't mean they didn't do other crazy things or will not do even more crazier things tomorrow. But for this particular thing, if they didn't do it, they didn't do it. The truth should reign. You know what I'm saying?
It just doesn't make sense to me that the Prime Minister of the country said they're going to flatten an area, a highly densely populated area with 2.2 million and approximately half of them being children, said he's going to flatten it along with his military sergeants, is now saying, oh, actually, the hospital wasn't us. How can you not take what he's saying and the actions he's done, not just the words he's saying, everything he's done already, by gospel, except for this? That's why I'm confused. So he's said everything, he's done everything, but then now we're saying, oh no, actually, because of this, we should give him the benefit of the doubt. He literally told us what he was going to do.
I don't think anyone's giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think most people believed Israel did it anyway because it happened in Gaza. But based on the evidence, you know what I'm saying? Based on what they're saying they have as evidence, right? They're saying they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of the situation. Again, if it proves that Hamas did this, I don't think this means Israel's less of a terrorist regime or less of whatever it may be. It just is what it is, though. Like, if somebody slapped you, just say they was the one who did it, not somebody else.
Let me add more. Let me add sprinkle more seasoning on this.
Yeah.
So Gaza is a place where the borders are controlled. What comes in and out is controlled. They're highly surveyed, and this is before what happened on the 7th. Yeah. Everything that is in there is highly surveyed and highly controlled, right?
Yep.
That's on a normal day. You're telling me now, in a height of alertness, where they're not allowing anyone to escape anyway, you're telling me that Hamas is able to get away with attacking again? It's unlikely. It doesn't make sense.
It's unlikely that Hamas is able to... Say that again, sir. Say that again.
It's unlikely that Hamas is able to even congregate in this heightened of alertness. Am I making sense?
I don't think that's the case. Remember, this is a war. It's not a one-side beating. So like Hamas will have bases. They will have places where they can fire back. You know what I'm saying? They have to.
Did you say it's not a one-side beating?
No, it's not a one-side beating. There's death on both sides.
Are you mad?
There's death on both sides.
Are you mad?
How is this a one-side?
Of course there's death. Of course there's death on one side,
Exactly.
but it's lopsided, and it's been lopsided for years and decades. But it's definitely one-sided. One has military backing. Gaza doesn't have a military, bro.
They don't have a military.
No.
Were these part-time Uber drivers that flew up in the sky and started shooting people?
Yes, they don't have a military. They don't have an army base. No, I'm telling you facts. You're telling me about a terrorist group of rebellion. It's just an army. They're two different things.
All right, cool. All right, I hear you.
I'm telling you facts. You're dealing with, obviously, there's death on both sides. So if you want to categorize it as quote-unquote war, maybe. But I'm telling you facts. Gaza
But that's what I'm saying to you. It's a war.
Gaza does not have a military base, nor do they have an army, yeah? They're not funded by no one. Israel is funded by everyone. And they had the most up-to-date...
Hamas is not funded by no one?
No.
So when you say funded, are they backed by anyone? Does their support come in a different way other than funds then?
I'll be speculating.
No, don't do
I
that.
can't tell you for sure.
Ramsey, your argument is strong enough not to do that.
To do what,
Because
Brent,
it was insinuated or implied that Libya...
Iran,
sorry. I thought
Iran.
Said Libya.
Sorry.
It was
Brent,
Iran.
where are you? I was thinking,
Sorry. Iran backed the initial attack. They funded
Did
it.
you say insinuated and implied?
Sorry. Choose one.
You said insinuated and
Choose one.
implied. Well, it doesn't
I don't
matter,
mind which one you
because
choose.
None of it.
I don't mind
None
which
of
one
it's
you choose.
definite. None of it's definite.
It
So
was
we're talking about-
insinuated
we're talking
and it
about
was
nuance now, right?
implied that Iran backed the initial attack.
All right, that's irrelevant. So I'm telling you facts. You're telling me implied.
Sorry,
Ramsey, what facts?
wait a minute.
we have to wait till you come here, you know.
Wait a minute. Where did you get these facts from that Iran didn't fund it?
I'm at work.
Got inside man.
I told you facts that they've got one of the most sophisticated armies and the most money being funded into them.
You're talking about Israel now.
That's a fact. Yes. Whereas on the other side, you've got one terrorist group.
Ramsey,
That's a fact.
I'm talking about the initial attack, right? When they had that coordinated several
on the
pronged.
7th.
Sorry?
On the 7th.
Yes, on the 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it insinuated or implied that Iran helped them?
No, it's was insinuated implied, but it doesn't mean it's fact.
No, I didn't
We
say
don't
that
know.
it was fact because I don't know. But you're going on like you do know. I said
What did I say?
the
I
strength of
didn't
your
know,
argument
right?
shouldn't be on this because it was everywhere. So you can still win your argument without saying that nah, they didn't have any backing. Don't do that.
But as far as we know in regards to facts, then, they didn't have any backing.
No, but you can't say they
Is
didn't
that
have
a lie?
any
I don't
backing.
understand.
Because you can't provide
I thought it was later today.
you can't provide evidence that they didn't have any backing. That's basically what we're talking about. And Brent's basically saying don't die on that hill because your argument is stronger elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that is kind of established that Iran backed it. Even though I think Iran did say they didn't, right? Is that correct, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are saying no.
But
they
I
did.
also, Ramsey, I do agree with you that this is one-sided. This is far too top-heavy to be saying it is a war. That war word is too heavy to say. It's too loaded to say that this is what it is. It isn't. It really isn't. It has been one-sided forever. And Imani would agree with that. 100% he'd agree with that.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, like, if he thinks it's an equal war, he's mad. Who said equal?
Yeah.
Are we just hearing things that we want to hear?
when you say though that you said it's not a one-sided thing.
I said it's not a one-sided beating.
Yeah, but you said it's not a one-sided beating. It's a war. What that means is you are implying equality because you said it's not one-sided.
Yes.
No.
That's what is being. I keep telling you. You may have one thing in your head.
Yeah,
But
but that's
But
how
what
it's
you're
coming across.
saying
Yeah.
is different.
That's why I had to correct this guy Ramsey with him saying this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because everybody's charged up. Everybody has their biases.
Yeah.
So as soon as it is you hear something you don't want, you immediately lean over there. Do you understand? That's why it's very important to be impartial in these particular. Well, if you don't want to be impartial, then don't be impartial. But don't go on as though your words
As
can't
if we're
mean
hearing
certain
things. No, it's what you said.
Yeah, man.
No, but again, if I'm saying something is a war, to me, based on what I see, or my understanding of a
Come from
war,
both sides.
it's come from both sides. Maybe that's just me not knowing nothing.
It's because
But-
you started a sentence with saying it's not one-sided.
No, I
one
said
side
it's not a
is
one.
heavy-handed.
No, I said it's not a one-sided beating, because
And there is.
bare people was killed from the Israeli side less than about a week ago. A one-sided beating. If you want to start the war from there, then that would be a one-sided beating.
we're
But we're not going to.
No, we can't start the war from there, though.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say to you.
What are we doing here?
No, but
No,
that's
I
what I'm
do- I
trying.
get what you're saying, I get
That's
what
the
you're
point I'm trying to make. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make.
But that's an irrelevant point.
It's not an irrelevant point. You're saying, not you, Ramsey, but people are saying I'm saying something else. I'm saying words. You hear the words I'm saying?
No,
I'm saying it's a war, and I'm saying it's not a one-sided beating.
Should have heard the words.
Okay, well, this is fantastic. Thank you, Ramsey, my darling.
Yes.
Hope we'll see you soon in the studio.
Yeah, hurry up and come in, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's up talking to the phone, man.
Yeah, man.
I know. Esther, you and I can talk about something completely unrelated, as I'm sure you're sick of this conversation, as well as me.
A second.
And we can all banter. I said hopefully when we get there, we can all banter about something else, because all this is
Yeah,
draining
we'll
my
be
I
the
ain't gonna
balance.
lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, Ramsey. When you
bring
come here, when you come here, Ramsey.
I say you come for one reason.
No, Ramsey, I will be doing timekeeping. Don't you worry about that. All the other segments will be scrapped. No, that's what's going to happen.
Do you know what
Y'all
I'm
start a
saying?
podcast. I'm sorry.
Literally.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like a lot of people are waiting for like that proper discussion to be had in it.
So what have we been doing all this time? How insulting.
No,
what have we been doing? What's the rest of us been doing?
I don't mean it like that. What I mean is that we've been talking about different things as they've been coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, like Chrissy just said, we have to go back to a certain time and talk about this in depth. And
Yeah.
Ramsey is an avid supporter of the Palestinian people. So I feel like it'll be good to have him here to relay and articulate all those points. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Are you just
Yeah.
playing
I
devil's advocate
appreciate
for the sake of argument here?
What do you
I
want?
don't think so, you know.
Because-
I have to wonder about that.
I'm no, I've had to question because for someone who's
before he does it.
Yeah.
Before he does it. Yeah, he means
But somehow,
No,
me and
but-
the devil's ideas and ideologies always tally up.
No, but you know what? You know what's
Interesting.
you know what's shocking to me? What's shocking to me is
Go on.
when Kanye was doing all his nonsense.
Oh,
What happened?
You was vehemently like,
What?
you was obviously backing him
like
as opposed to his.
I have a theory.
But
I have a
you're
theory.
for the nation, right? So it's very
Wait.
It's not. It's very, very
Wait.
tactical. Very,
Okay,
very
okay.
planned. He's a wicked guy. Because he alone stood with that whole I love Kanye.
Yeah.
And then
I never
people
said I love
you're
Kanye.
getting on him,
I
right?
said give
So
him a
he's
chance, let him
there's a
explain
different
himself.
You might as
way
well have.
to get the people to flip to my side.
You're basically wearing I love
Israel,
Kanye merch.
Right? So if it is that he leans into this, we all hate him, and sounds like we all hate Israel. Do you understand? That's his grand plan. That's my theory anyway.
Sorry, I'm not so
I didn't even know what you said, but is it a good plan?
Find out the condition of your mic next week. So Ramsey, what did you say?
No, I said I'm not supposed to be here. I don't want to be one of those awkward calls upstairs on the line.
Oh yeah, it's fine. We're gonna move on now. Hopefully, man does not give us any of his views on the rest of the headlines. We've only read
But you
one.
know what? I think, to be fair to Iman is saying stuff. He's being impartial as much as he can. But we all know where Iman stands. Iman stands with humanity. That's it. But he's trying to be
That's-
impartial. He's trying to
that's
take
your
back the
opinion.
news.
I was gonna say
That's your opinion.
No, I stand with the truth, man. You know what I mean?
Iman wasn't that, if Iman wasn't that, I wouldn't fuck with him. That's how
there
I
you go.
stand. That's where I am.
Well, making me look at you sideways now. Thanks, Ramsey.
Yeah, love.
All right, man. Take care,
See you
man.
soon. Bye.
See.
All right. So our next headline.
Gosh.
It's still about Israel and the thingy.
Yeah, just read it, please. And just
don't
let's
ask
get straight to
for thoughts. Just read.
This is you guys' fault, by the way.
Excuse me?
Somehow. I don't know.
You know my sermon was when I was listening in car this morning? It was a sermon about how God gave men the role of leadership.
Amen.
Yeah, don't say amen too quick. And what had happened was, Adam, what be to that?
For a woman.
No, wait for it.
Go on.
He wasn't accountable. And you are a seed of Adam. Because
The original man.
there you are not taking accountability. But carry go on. There you go.
Well, the Israeli government has said that it will not prevent a humanitarian aid from entering the blockaded Gaza Strip from Egypt, following pressure from its international allies to ease its 10-day siege on the Palestinian territory. The office of the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, announced the decision in a statement on Wednesday as US President Joe Biden wrapped up a flying visit to the country. So in this particular statement, it says, in light of President Biden's demand, right? Israel will not thwart humanitarian supplies from Egypt as long as it is only food, water, and medicine for the civilian population in the southern Gaza Strip. Israel will not allow any humanitarian aid from its territory to the Gaza Strip as long as our hostages are not returned. You hear that? The decision follows mounting international pressure, including from the United States, calling for humanitarian assistance to enter Gaza, where hundreds of thousands of residents have been displaced amid constant Israeli airstrikes. The Israeli bombardment and siege on Gaza has been criticized as a form of collective punishment and triggered widespread anger throughout the Middle East. It remains unclear when aid will begin to enter Gaza through the Rafah crossing with Egypt, which Egypt says has been damaged by Israeli airstrikes. I think that's what you were talking about yesterday. And the last headline, Down the Street has announced that Rishi Sunak has flown to Israel.
For what?
For talks. For talks with its leaders, and will then travel to other countries in the region for further discussions. The Prime Minister left London on Wednesday evening yesterday and was scheduled to hold talks with the Israeli Prime Minister and the country's President, Isaac Herzog, on Thursday. So today it's going to happen. Number 10 said that Sunak would then travel to a number of other regional capitals, details of which have not been released for security reasons and because of the fast-changing situation in the region. Sunak will arrive a day after Joe Biden met Netanyahu in Tel Aviv. The US president had been due to then meet with Arab leaders in Jordan, but this was then cancelled because of the devastating blast at the hospital in Gaza, which caused hundreds of casualties. In remarks released before the trip, Sunak said that every civilian death is a tragedy and too many lives have been lost following Hamas's horrific act of terror. The attack on Al-Ali hospital should be a watershed moment for leaders in the region and across the world to come together to avoid further dangerous escalation of conflict. I will ensure the UK is at the forefront of this effort. Sunak is not taking any UK media with him, but he is expected to speak to reporters in the region. He will return to the UK on Friday afternoon. And that's it for the headlines, man.
Nice. Let's get into what you're saying, topic of the day.
All right, so for topic of the day, we're going to talk about Israel and Palestine, goddammit. Oh, you're joking. See your faces.
I was thinking...
I was going to walk out.
Excuse me?
It's possible.
Now you got people quitting live on air.
Possible.
All right, so basically we're going to have something lighthearted today. And this was given to us by Brent. So big up Brent, man.
We're going to be taking twists and turns.
Oh, no.
Want to see your hats, everybody?
And basically, it's about the topic of communication, but non-verbal communication.
Oh, I love that.
Non-verbal communication.
Non-verbal
Communication. All of you right now are communicating right now without saying anything, especially you, Christy. So, I want to talk about the importance of non-verbal communication. Do you think you communicate just as much non-verbally as you do verbally?
I do.
On a day-to-day?
Yep.
I definitely do.
My face will always
I
tell you
have
before
a
my
damn
mouth
poker
does.
face at all.
Mate, my face will always tell you before my word does. Before my words do.
Okay, there you go.
No, you know what it is? I'm just thinking there's been times where I would see someone and they'll just look me up and down and I could just like crack on with what I'm doing. But before I do that, I'd look them up and down and I'll let them know I've seen you. So, and then they...
So you go communicating with
Yeah,
each other.
yeah. They do the whole look away thing and whatever. But Yeah, obviously, I feel like everyone probably does communicate non-verbally in their own little way, if that makes sense. Like I've seen women look at other women's clothes, and I can see that they like what they see, but it's more of an envious, like, where did she get that dress from, type thing, which is, guys don't really do that. This is ox, but
Yeah.
But we do. We'll say X like that. We like that. The most women will do the whole.
Okay, revisionist history. Okay.
Wow, I'm just saying what I've seen. Literally.
Do you feel like guys maybe communicate non-verbally about different things though? Stuff like clothes and stuff, we just ask.
Yeah.
But other things though,
Like,
I don't know. I'm just asking. Or do you just feel like generally women just communicate non-verbally a lot more than guys?
I don't know who does it more. To be honest with you.
You guys definitely do that when you're around other guys. 100%.
The non-verbals.
Yes, 100%.
Do it or do it more? You mean? Just do it. You mean?
But men are always around men, so I would say you guys probably do it a lot more. Because I thought women talk way too much, even knowingly. I would say you guys definitely. I don't know actually who does it more, but like Chrissy said, men definitely do it around other men. They're sizing up each other all the time. It's crazy.
So the thing about you saying you just ask,
Yeah,
I don't know that men be asking.
No, we do.
I feel like the ego will come into play,
It would.
so they won't want to ask.
Because you feel like you're now you're a fan.
I feel like the closest they
Now
come
it's a why.
to the closest they come to asking is,
Now you're
is
budding
that
up.
you, big man?
That's it.
That's meant to be some type of
That's more,
type of.
that's more of a now thing. I've seen plenty of times where someone say, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" Or I've said to someone, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" Such and such and such.
Maybe
but
you.
again, that's just
Maybe
Yeah, I think,
as he said, that's just clothes. But if you're talking about other stuff, like when the man them are together and the girl walks past and no one says anything, but we just look at each other like that. Type thing. That's a non-verbal. What you're probably talking
Communication.
about. Yeah.
So what sort of gestures? Like, let's just say there was one non-verbal thing that you do that you know you do, on a day-to-day. What's the main thing that you just say you do that you use on a regular?
like
Yeah.
I feel like my face always lets you just know when I'm not interested or I'm not whatever's happening right now, I'm not here for this. My face does that a lot.
Yeah, because this morning when you said that you felt overwhelmed with joy,
Oh yeah.
I would never have guessed. Never have guessed.
Because I would have never guessed.
Never.
Honestly, I woke up and I was like, this is a joyful day. But my energy was just like, okay. Yeah.
And when you said you didn't want to move from the chair, like I thought you were done with the day, even though it just began.
Now I'm done with it when my alarm goes off. I'm done when I wake up. I wake up and I can't, what day? But no, yeah.
Are there like certain gestures? Yeah. Do you feel like non-verbal communication is something that needs to be learned?
No, not unless like sign language.
Okay.
I think that's something that everyone should have learned, you know.
when you say learn, as in
Yeah.
when you
At
say
least
learn,
basics.
what do you mean? As in interpret the body language. You
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, body language.
Not
Can I
just
use our
body
fingers and
language,
stuff?
mean?
everything.
The non-verbals.
Like, yeah,
Because if I give someone a middle finger, I know exactly what that means.
this is it. But in certain cultures, it means different things, right? In certain cultures, it means different things. So is it something that can be learned, or do you feel like it's something that maybe, I don't know, like is organic to a particular people?
I think it can be organic to certain people. Because I think if like a black mum gives you a look of why you acting a damn fool in this place, a black kid will understand what that means. But a white kid probably seeing it as like, why is she looking like that? They wouldn't have a clue or something's annoyed her. Like they wouldn't have a clue, but you can interpret certain looks because it's kind of your culture or
that you're gonna
your
get beans
home
when
or-
you get home.
do you get me? Yeah. It's a long day. It's a long car ride.
Would you say certain things are universal though, that every culture understands?
Yeah, like I think things with like fingers and stuff. Like a middle finger means a middle finger all over the world.
Maybe not though.
Mozambique is still a fuck you.
What about thumbs up?
It means good.
Not everywhere.
Really?
Who's doing thumbs up?
So apparently, in certain parts of the Middle East and South Asia, a thumbs up means something different.
No. Oh
Something
no.
rude
No,
or vulgar.
but remember like in the Montague times, if you bite your thumb, that was a great insult. Who was it? Was it Macbeth or what was the ones that died together? Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
And they bite their thumb at each other. That was a
There you
big
go.
That was.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? No, I bite my thumb at you, sir. I think I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, that was something.
There you go. So it means different things to different people at different times, isn't it?
That's interesting.
So it is somewhat something that you have to learn. So like, because a lot of the time when you go to like learn different languages, I know yesterday we were talking about speaking different languages and whatnot. You know, there's certain things that is associated with language. So like even the breaks that you take, or even the or the you know the French do crap like that as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like those things there is almost integral to the language, just like the actual words are. So I think a lot of the gestures and all them type of things there are kind of the same thing.
Yeah. When you see your fellow black person in the workplace, you know.
You know,
And if they don't do it back,
Even the
it's
black,
like, that's
the
a big
black
insult.
man nod.
if they don't do it, you know,
Yeah.
it's the spirit of Kevin Badenoch living in them.
Yeah.
They're in that ally.
Then you know, we know where we stand.
We know where we stand.
In a romantic relationship, what types of non-verbal communication do you get from your partner
Those are all my favorites.
that you don't like?
What I don't like.
Yeah, that like triggers you.
Oh.
Especially when it is you're in a heated exchange.
The rolling of the eyes, probably.
Eye rolling.
Yeah.
Is that what denote being dismissive?
Yeah.
And you don't like that at all?
No.
Why do you think he would roll his eyes? Is it because you were talking too much? No, I'm just
You're
asking.
right.
It's only because I'm looking at you is why I want to smile, but I'm just asking.
Yeah, one of the eyes.
Yeah, it means that you're not engaging in what I'm saying.
Now I wouldn't mind a roll, eye roll because I've rolled my eyes. I don't even know it.
And are you aware that the things that you might be triggered off the back of would be something that you do, but it doesn't trigger him. So you'd be like, yeah, but I know what triggers me. That's why I don't like it. I can do it.
Yeah, I hate when people do that.
Go on.
So say you do something that triggers me,
Yeah.
and I tell you that what you've done
Yeah.
is triggering to me.
Yeah.
Then you tell me, yeah, but you do it though.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't trigger you. You should have brought it up before I brought it up. I hate that so
So
much.
what part do you hate? The fact that if
It doesn't apply to you. You're just
right.
you're just annoyed, embarrassed, or whatever the situation is that I've confronted you about something that annoys me. Now you think this is the time for you to say, yeah, but you do it too. But I do it, but it's never annoyed you. It doesn't annoy you. You're just bringing this up now because I brought it up. So pick your thing that genuinely annoys you and bring that to the table, sir.
okay,
But for me, it wouldn't be an eye roll because I roll my eyes.
but
But what would it would be for me is if we're having a conversation back and forth, whatever,
Yeah.
and you start doing other things. That for me is dismissive.
that's wild.
Because
Well, he turned his back on you and
yeah, like you're
whistles
doing other
and all
things.
sorts.
Second,
Whistles and all sorts.
you can't whistle. You can't whistle.
Jeez.
You
The
have
funny thing
no
is,
voice box left.
I've done that before, though.
You've turned your back on and
No, not to, like.
And
just-
whistled.
No,
You
Whoa.
can't whistle.
no, as in
whistle.
just go about doing other stuff because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. So
Wait.
I'm not doing this.
So you dismissed his feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, people do that in arguments. though. People do that in
Yeah,
arguments.
people do that in arguments.
I hear that, but this is not a bad thing.
Of course, it's a bad thing.
Of course it's a bad thing.
100%.
Then why would
Oh,
you
so
do
you
it?
Argument
agree that
is-
you're a toxic.
No, but arguing in the first person is a bad thing anyway. I
Slow
don't
your
think
roll.
communication should ever get to the point where you're
Slow
doing
your roll.
heated back and forths and stuff like that.
Sorry, Christy.
Slow your roll.
Christy.
All right, Christy. Yeah, if we're a romantic partner, if we're going back and forth to the point where like voices are being raised, I always call a timeout. Because here we are in the land of disrespect. And something you can't go back from. I don't care what the situation is. So let's just all slow down. Let's take a minute. Let's take a beat. Then we'll visit this when everyone's calm. I probably don't like all of that stuff.
Yeah, most people don't do that. They just keep going until
Yeah.
someone
And
walks off or
yeah.
Because if you say something, I don't accept I said that in anger.
Yeah, no,
I
I don't
don't
like that.
accept
Yeah.
I do not accept that. Because I know if I say something, I meant that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that doesn't.
hello, this is my experiences. Thank you very much.
No, I hear what you're saying, but what you just said was that you don't accept it because it doesn't work for you or doesn't apply for you when you do it, right?
Yeah,
But then you said, with the previous example,
yeah.
just because it doesn't trigger you doesn't mean that it doesn't trigger me.
No, but that's different though because the reason you brought up something that triggers you. If I do something, I roll my eyes while we're arguing. and I say, oh no, you roll your eyes, and I say, why are you rolling your eyes? That's rude. And then you say, yeah, but you roll your eyes all the time. You telling me that I roll my eyes is off the back of me saying you roll your eyes. In the thing about arguing and saying hurtful stuff, it's a different.
It's like you're doing tit for tat.
It's a different, like that example is a tit for tat situation. My example when it comes to not saying things is because that's just how I interpret arguments. Anything that's said in arguments, I take it as that's how you feel. Like if I call you a fool when we're arguing, I can't take it back because in that time you really were a fool. Like, so James, I can't apologize for calling you a fool because I meant it. You were being foolish. That's what I mean. that we need to sort that setting out. There's a bunch of fireworks when I was throwing the word fool around. That's right.
So Emmanuel.
Yeah.
What was the question I was going to ask you? For you. No, I'm lost. Let's go with a different question. When you were arguing, do you raise your voice?
I tend to not argue, right?
Do you know
say you don't argue.
Today.
You don't argue.
Yeah.
You know, E-Man reminds me.
What?
You mind you of a liar?
No, like I feel like he would do like that whole. I'm not arguing. Like that will frustrate you. That will frustrate.
That's the kind of stuff that would really.
Just the way he even just said it.
Because I want peace.
Do you know that?
Part of me gets
That's
you
what
prefer
arguing.
not to argue. You want to have a
No,
conversation.
but
You
you're
wanna have a-
lying.
How? What do you prefer
And
not to
that's
argue?
the kind of stuff that would really, really get on my damn
That's what I'm
nerves.
saying.
I prefer not
Triggers.
to argue.
Say you don't
No,
raise your
the
voice.
way he even
So
said
don't get your voice
it.
so soft.
No, the way
But
he.
I was joking. I was definitely joking.
You sounded very pompous when you said
You see
it.
the people that joke as well when you're trying to have a serious conversation. That
Because you want to bring,
Yo,
you want
trigger.
to make it lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? You want to make it lighthearted.
nah, man, you
Yeah,
can't be
but-
arguing. You're making jokes. What do you think this is?
But yeah, you said, do I raise my voice? Yeah, sometimes, of course, 100%.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
but
man.
does that... And do you say things that you don't mean when it is that you're angry? Sorry, that you raise your voice when you raise your voice?
I don't think so, you know.
So you always
Not
say
really.
things that you mean?
No, I wouldn't say always, but it's not something that I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm still in control.
And do you hold people to what they say when it is that their emotions are like flying like that?
Heightened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Serious?
Yeah. Unless obviously they say to me,
So
no,
do
I
I.
didn't believe me. I'm sorry, they didn't mean it. This, that, and the third, whatever. But I feel like if I can control myself, why can't you control yourself? Are
You see,
you?
heard
do it
that.
again.
To be fair, though,
Do it
sometimes
again.
What?
Because you are better at communicating when it is that you're vexed. You're there judging her or him or they, whatever. I have to basically never mind. For not being able to do that. That's not good.
It might not be good, but we need to
it is what it
progress
is.
in life. Yeah, man.
All right.
If
be
you're
fair, though-
behaving other than yourself, then do better. You know what I'm saying? Why is someone who can communicating constantly with someone who can't communicate?
But suppose you've been edging
that's what
her
you chose.
because
This is the problem.
when it is that she wants to talk to you,
Yeah.
like you're moving as though I'm only gonna listen to you if it is that you're talking in a low tone. And then when it is that you start talking, when she starts talking, you edge. And then she's like, she pauses. And she talks again, you edge again. And then she just gets, and then you're like, you see?
No,
Finish it.
but that sounds like a technique to kind of, you know.
Precisely.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, you wouldn't do that?
No, because at the end
You're
of the
above
day,
that?
yeah, 100%.
That's good.
Because I think at the end of the day, the point is to get a proper resolution.
Yeah?
I'm not arguing with you for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, that's how I always say it. What's the point?
I hear it.
So I'm not trying to just win. I'm trying to.
Some people just want to win. They don't
Nah,
care.
I'm
You're
not-
such a liar. You're
That's
a
a
liar.
lie. No, that's like, you are not about to say that. You are not about to say that and drop mic and then get a cosign. You therefore argue to win.
Rich, yeah.
You 100% have conversations to win. And then wait a minute, when
can't
people are
believe
not, no, believe it. And then when people are not on the same side as you, you then say they lack critical thinking.
Can I say something? Can I say
Please,
something?
don't you dare lie to
Can
people's
I
faces
say
like that.
something? Can I say
How
something?
insulting.
Brent said, you see, this is how you people.
Here we go, we lack critical thinking. Go on,
No,
yeah, go
I'm
on.
not using your comprehension skills.
Here you go, yeah.
Another synonym.
Yeah.
Synonym. Oh,
Do you know why?
There's accountability
Brent
minister over there.
Brent said romantic relationships. That's what he was talking about.
If this is how
Yeah, it's different.
if this is how you are here,
Yes.
arguing over Kanye, Kyrie over stupid things.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you serious situations. You've got to be worse.
No, because more's at stake.
100% you're arguing.
More's at stake. So I have to think about.
It's in you. Like the way you argue
The black
things
liberation is not
will
at stake,
represent
man.
in bigger things as well. I can't believe that you are here trying to get everybody to give Kanye a damn chance, even when this man was acting a damn fool, everyone could see. And you're telling me that something that doesn't mean anything to you, you are riding so hard. So something that does mean something, you're not gonna ride that hard.
No, but the thing is, with the Kanye, with the Kanye thing, right? It's not a case of it didn't mean much to me. It meant much to me because it was a situation where a black man, right, wasn't getting a chance to explain himself against certain people, right? Again, we see the situation with Kyrie. Everyone was defending the Jewish group. It's funny how everyone now wants to be against the Jewish group because when it's Palestine. When it's black people, though, you don't know how to find your defense skills. But sorry. It doesn't matter.
No.
I'm chatting facts. Anyway. Anyway, what I'm saying though, in a romantic relationship, there's more at stake.
You strike me as someone who says calm down a lot.
Me?
Yeah, to your...
No, I don't say calm down.
Okay. Do you say, like, let's talk through this? Like
I don't talk like that though, innit? let's talk through this.
How do you say it?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not like, oh, calm down. Nah.
Do you ever pause and like use your face and go like, oh, and then wait
Let me see your
patiently
face.
and wait patiently for it to stop?
Say it again. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes obviously the other person's talking, give them a chance to talk. I don't like being interrupted, so I'm not gonna be interrupting you willy nilly. No. But again, if you don't want me to finish, have the conversation by yourself. I don't have time for that. I don't have.
That's the kind of stuff he says.
Yeah.
I definitely say that. I definitely say that. 100%.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time for rubbish. No. If you're gonna talk to me,
I could hear this.
let me respond. Let me respond. Otherwise, talk to yourself. You're doing a good job already. I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, this is not about me. It's about the
Men love to say that.
Say what?
We know something.
You hear that a lot? You hear that a lot, Christy?
They love to say that.
Yeah,
That's a common theme I've heard.
From
talk to
common
yourself.
denominators who...
You know what I'm saying? You might as well do it. But anyway, let's be positive. Right? Let's be positive. Let's talk about the positive ways we, in romantic relationships, I guess, try to give the other person time to talk.
I don't get the question.
Yeah.
Just trying to find something.
Do you have your notes in front of you?
No, basically, I guess, do you feel like there's certain expressions that you kind of do to kind of show that maybe you're listening, being attentive, want to edify them and be like, oh, I'm super interested, even though maybe you're not, them type of things, but just to bolster that person?
You got to make eye contact, but there's a right amount of times to nod as someone's talking.
Okay.
You know when someone's not listening, when they're just, okay, calm down. Stop it. You're not listening to what I'm saying. But there's a right amount of nod, like,
Yeah.
Then you stop for a while. Then you do it again. Do you get what I mean? Like, yeah.
So that means that's kind of like a technique then.
So it's not a technique. No, it's not a technique because when you're genuinely listening to people, that is how you respond. When you're not listening to people is when you start nodding at everything. I'm saying my cat just died. Here you are nodding. What are we doing here? Do you get me? So there's a natural way of how you would nod and like how you would let someone know you're paying attention to what they're saying.
Okay.
In how your body moves. But if you're overdoing, if you're nodding
doing
too
like
much,
a woodpecker, you are not listening.
Do you know
unless
why?
you got
though?
condition.
Because me personally, I feel like I nod a bit. Yeah. Actually, it does depend on the conversation, but that's just more so acknowledgement that I'm listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing what you're saying. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Not like nod. Yeah, I'm agreeing.
But I think some people do that though. Some people are nodding the whole time. They have no idea what you're just talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a telltale sign that someone's a damn liar.
I've had to change a lot of my non-verbal communication over the years.
Why?
Okay.
Sometimes I've been told what my face does when it is I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very expressive. And yeah. So I don't know how it triggers until it is that they tell me. And then I like, is that what I do? And then I look, I'm like, oh, that's what I do. And then
You're so annoying.
I've had to now be conscious when I'm now listening.
Okay,
so I do the same thing where I've had to teach myself how to nod appropriately. Yeah. And
You've been nodding the whole time?
not the whole time.
But you're
But
nodding.
I have been told like one time, You're nodding too much.
But are you listening though?
Yeah, I'm listening. I am listening.
No, but to them, were you actually listening?
No,
to
I
them
was
though?
listening. But the too much nodding was because I was reacting to someone saying I don't nod enough, or I don't, or I'm just staring at them. Do you understand? I'm not acknowledging what they're saying. So
you
I'm
are
always calculating. All right, this person has this particular profile. This is what they like to do, and then I do it.
It is interesting. I feel like someone like you, it is interesting because you process things that people tell you.
You're
Like
meant
you
to,
pay
though.
attention. No, but
In
he's
real
very
time.
he pays attention to you to a T. So sometimes he's just still, but I guess
He's
because I
literally
know
doing it in
you,
real
I
time.
know you are listening to me because everything I've said, you can tell me everything I've just said to you.
Yeah.
But someone who doesn't know you will be like, hello, are you still here with me kind of thing?
So is that only because the familiarity that you have with Brent?
Yeah.
So, like the average person may not think he's paying
You might
attention.
think he's falling asleep.
But Brent looks at a person when they're talking to him, though.
He does know, but sometimes though he has to like, I don't know what kind of things people have in conversation with Brent, but after some heavy stuff, he has to recline
Okay,
to take in this information.
Yeah.
So do you get what I mean? Like, but I know that by him reclining, I know that like he's in deep thought. Because the questions come back to me after I'm thinking, oh gosh, here we go.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's only because I know him. So yeah, I feel like there's that.
Okay. What about touch and personal space?
Oh, that triggers me.
People that
was
don't
that?
know about personal space get on my last nerves. Not ooh.
Yeah.
So oof.
There needs, I don't do well with invading personal space.
Is that everybody, or is that like it's different for like Morris Chestnut and you know what I'm saying? The equivalent of Morris Chestnut.
Give
to
me
you
all of
then.
my
You know what I'm
space.
trying to say?
What are we trying to do here?
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, is it because some people like you wouldn't mind them in your space, but some people's like, hell no.
Nah, I can't lie to
Everybody.
you.
Okay, so everyone
I
has
don't
to
do well
kind
with strangers.
Okay, cool.
So
Because you know there are people that like even in good or bad situations, they're just all up
Yeah.
in your personal space. Like there's people that will be like, "Oh, hello, morning. Can you just take a step back? Can you just like take a step back, please?" Kind of thing. Yeah, I don't like personal space. No. Obviously, some people are more favorable,
Okay.
but
yeah, well, that's when I'm familiar with you though.
Oh, sorry, guys, we've got
Yeah.
someone else in the room. Our lovely guest for today. But you can. I feel like you can join the conversation if you want to.
Sure
Then we'll do a
thing.
proper introduction when we get to the interview part.
Cool. Sounds
But
good.
morning, how are you?
I'm good, but I had a bit of a mare this morning because the weather change is mad, first of all.
First of
But
all.
second of all, have you ever done your makeup and then your eye starts running?
Okay, yes, let's speak
And
about
then
it.
you do the whole thing again.
All the time.
And then
So this is why
you do the whole thing again and then it
I
happens
don't wear strip
again.
lashes.
And I said, I can't do this.
Yeah,
So
it's a
I
lot.
just got to come as I am. So excuse
No, you
the
look lovely.
one.
Though. You look lovely. Thank you. Yeah, that's me with strip lashes. That's why I do individuals.
It's so
Because
stressful.
it'd be fine, but as soon as I get outside and the breeze hits me,
It's terrible. I didn't even make it out. Like I was still in the bathroom and it was already ruined. And I was like, what am I doing?
no, you look really pretty. You can't tell at all.
You got great skin.
Oh, thank you, babes. Look at women. Look at that. So wholesome. So
But
wholesome.
how would you guys communicate that without saying it though?
I feel like girls are quite good at
Like verbal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like all of the compliments that I get are from women. Like, oh, you look nice. Oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like your outfit. And I'd give the same back.
Yeah.
If you saw another woman kind of, and you would interpret it as kind of, I guess, hating on you, would you be able to also interpret her admiring you?
I feel like I'm too grown to think people are hating on me that I don't know.
Okay,
I hear you.
So if someone's looking at me, then I'm going to think, oh, okay, like maybe she's intrigued by
Yeah.
something, but I can't remember the last time I saw someone like giving me quote unquote dirty looks. Like I think I'm too grown for that.
Because if they look at you up and down, then you know obviously that's a dirty look. But if I looked and I smiled, you would feel that warmth. So you
Yeah.
know that I'm smiling at something positive kind of thing. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's a non-verbal
Yep.
way looking at each other and smiling at each other. And then that like a nod that follows.
Yeah.
It's like, girl, kind of thing.
But
you know?
even if like looking up and down and not smiling, I'd like look
I think
away.
you're a weirdo.
And then I'd look back and then if he was still doing that, I'd be like, oh, you're right. And then see where the conversation goes.
There it goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
How do you feel about personal space?
Oh, I really value it. I feel really uncomfortable if people. Yeah, I think what's
my
interesting
grill.
is when you travel to different parts of the world and people have different standards and expectations.
Yep.
Because I went somewhere and literally every time I moved up, the person behind me moved up as well. And I was like, no, I'm moving up to get away.
To get away from
so that I
you.
can have some space.
Oh, people like, yeah.
So I think it really very much does depend where in the world you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like people invading my
You
space.
say that because that even happens on a train though.
Oh
Like,
my
Yeah.
you're
God.
moving away to
100%.
try to get away from someone and they're just moving closer
The
and
train
closer.
is
Or in a queue, like in a shop or something.
Yeah, why are you so close? I don't understand.
I just
No,
asked
no,
you that.
but why?
Like you talk
We're
about
queuing
respect.
just before even social distancing. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, why are you on my back?
Why are you? Please.
I asked if you want to piggyback. I turn around, I'm like, do you want to piggyback?
In terms of like, say, how good are you guys, do you think, at reading people's non-verbal communications? So let's put this in a professional setting. Job interview. Do you ever walk away from the job interview or meeting or whatever thinking something completely to what, I guess, the outcome of that job meeting or interview becomes?
No.
I do.
I have. Yeah.
Elaborate, please.
So recently we pitched to Channel 4 to win 100k in TV ads.
Okay.
And I thought that we'd done that. I left and I was like, guys, I don't know, Like, I think we put our best foot forward.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't feel the energy from the judges that, like, they were in tune. There was, like, 2 black women in the room and both of them were, like, nodding and smiling. So I thought, perfect, got them. And then there were 2 black men and they weren't really giving me anything. And I was like, okay. And there was a white man and a white woman and they were really into it. So I was like, I've won like 3/4 of the room, but these 2 are just not giving me anything. And so I left and I was like, guys, I don't know how we done. And then when I knew that they were going to call me on a certain day to give me the news.
Yeah.
And so I left the office because I was like, if we don't get this is a bit
It's
mad.
awkward.
So I was like, let me step out of the office and take the call. And then I stepped out the office, got the call, and they were like, you made it. Like, they loved it, blah, blah, blah. And then I went and shared it with the team. But initially I was like, I don't think we got
did that
it.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it went as well as I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
I think we done everything that we needed to do, but the non-verbal cues of the judges
Yeah.
were very like flat. And I was like, okay.
And yeah, that's been me as well. My experience with interviewers, like I just think, oh, they really didn't like me. Then I get a comment like, oh, they really loved you. I'm like, their face wasn't saying that.
Yeah, I do think it's part of the technique though.
To
Keep a straight face and just act like you're not impressed.
Yeah.
And
Me
silly.
and keen.
there we go.
There we go.
But why is that though? Like, wouldn't in an interview maybe that encourage you to give more of yourself if the person, the interviewee, was more nervous?
People
No.
get
But
content.
they want you to. They want you to
That's true.
be. They want you, despite your nerves and whatnot, to still come up with quality.
Yeah.
You're like what you come up with, or the quality of whatever you produce, shouldn't be based on whether people are friendly with you or not. So I feel like that's kind of one of the tests where it's like, regardless of whatever situation is going on, are you still going to put your best foot forward and do what it is that you want to do?
And what do you act like under pressure? Because I've definitely
is
done it
it.
before. I acted like I'm not impressed, but I'm really impressed. But I want to see, what do you do when you're uncomfortable?
Yeah.
What do you do when you're talking to a client and they're not receptive to what you're saying? How are you going to act? And then that's why you give them like a bit of a cold, stone cold face where it's like, yeah, I'm not impressed. Keep going.
But my head, I think
And
you're
see what
doing
they
great,
do.
sweetie.
Literally. You're doing amazing. Can't wait for you to join.
All right. I do want us to get onto the interview, surely. So I'm gonna wrap up topic of the day there,
Nice.
and then move on.
Thank you very much. Let's get into our next headlines then.
All right. So our next headline. You guys remember Greta Thunberg, the young lady that was all about campaigning, different
I
stuff.
think she still lives, no?
Yeah. She's
Was she still a young lady? Oh, sorry, never mind. Karen.
Well, she's active, man. She's been charged with a public order offence after she was arrested while taking part in a protest against a conference in London described as the Oscars of oil. So the Swedish environmental campaigner, who's 20, she's 20, right, was one of 29 people arrested during a protest trying to stop delegates entering the Energy Intelligence Forum at the Intercontinental London Park Lane in Mayfair.
Was that yesterday?
It might be.
Yeah, I was thinking. I got to the shoot and they were saying there's all these people
Any plug?
protesting.
I beg you, let him go back to the headlines, please.
Yeah, sorry. Please continue.
What plug? Never mind.
I just clocked
Done.
Oh, we're saying you're plugging your.
Listen,
I was
I'm done.
in Mayfair
I'm done.
You are up, you know.
I'm done.
Cool.
Imagine.
Videos showed her being placed in the back of a police van after joining crowds blocking hotel entrances and chanting "oily money out." Right? Police officers had jostled with protesters to create a channel for delegates to enter. Thunberg had earlier given a speech to journalists denouncing the conference, where basically there was a meeting of energy executives and politicians, and she went on to say, "We have no other option but to put our bodies outside this conference and to physically disrupt it." According to the Met Police, she was charged with failing to comply with the condition imposed under Section 14 of the Public Order Act. Police had demanded protesters move from the road and onto the pavement. 26 other people were also charged with various alleged offences relating to the protest. Next headline, some sad news, man. And this takes us to Congo. The African Union Commission has fallen victim to cybercrime. Okay, that's the wrong thing. So basically the bodies of at least 52 people have been recovered from the Congo River after a boat capsized late last week. Apparently the death toll could rise further and many people are still missing. So the boat was carrying over 300 people when it overturned near the town of Mbandaka in the northwestern Democratic Republic of Congo during the night on Friday. Over the weekend, 30 were confirmed to have drowned, with 167 people missing. I'm saying the provincial health minister from Equatorial Province, Didier Imbola, he was speaking to Reuters and he said that the number of dead has since risen. He went on to say that we've recorded 52 bodies that were pulled out. Search teams are still in the field working. This is still a provisional tool. This is still a provisional toll and it may increase further. On Monday, the transport minister, he came out to say that the boat that had capsized should not have been navigating at night anyway, right? Boat was overloaded and had not properly identified its owners or the number of passengers on board. In a statement, he promised to implement rules to improve the safety of river transport and minimise the recurring tragedies. And our last headline brings us back to the UK, where black head teachers from across the UK have written letters to the next generation of school leaders, urging them to become role models for students who are crying out for people who look like them. So the letters are compiled in a book by Amanda Wilson, who was a head teacher at a primary school in Greenwich. And basically, this particular book was aimed at encouraging black teachers to pursue leadership positions to combat their current underrepresentation in the sector. Letters to a young generation, aspiring school leaders. That's basically the name of the book, and it includes contributions from 18 black head teachers who detail experiences of being stereotyped, working out of their comfort zones and the pressures of senior management. Recent research has shown the diversity of the pupil body in schools in England is outstripping the teacher workforce. Minority ethnic applicants to initial teachers training are substantially less likely to be accepted, with applicants recorded as black having the lowest acceptance rate and substantially lower than those for white applicants. In 2021, of the 20,786 head teachers in England, only 1% were black. Even though London has the most diverse teaching workforce, it lags so far behind the capital's minority ethnic pupil population that the gap is the widest in England. That's in London. Wilson said that her book was a challenge to those who have the authority to employ teachers. Went on to say that the trusts and local authorities need to ask themselves the question, are they making sure that there is a diversity not only in their panels, but also in the governing decision-making bodies? Professor Paul Miller, Social Justice Director of the Institute for Education and Social Equity, said in the book that the experiences in these letters are powerful and should provide aspiring schools leaders with depths of insights on their journey to leadership and to headship. The letters are crucial to our understanding of the black school leadership experience. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
That's right. Let's get into some Word on Road. Okay, trigger warning on this. Very sorry. This is just... Yeah, I'm going to make it as light as possible. And if you want to know more about it, you can get into it because it's just a bit much. But basically, trigger... I'm going to call him... Sorry. I said trigger warning, yeah. And I'm about to talk about Trey Songz. I remember he calls himself Trigger. It's the whole thing. I'm going for it. But Trey Songz basically is being sued by two women who attended his house party in 2015 over alleged sexual assault. So they're basically saying that they went to his concert, I guess met him there, somehow, blah, blah, got invited to after party, had to get an Uber. No, at the after party, they were there, cool, whatever. From the after party, they then got invited to like a house party he was having after that after party. Then when they had to get Uber there, and they had to kind of hand in their phones, which a lot of celebrities do anyway. Had to hand in their phone and give it like a password to like enter in or whatever it was. they got in there. They said when they got there was like a lot of women and like very little. The ratio was not racial, and it's very little men compared to women. And then they said that basically they were pressured. Basically the women were pressured to drink. And they said and the bottles were unsealed. So they had what was just a little amount because of where they were. But then they said they felt like very intoxicated very quickly, even though they'd had a sensible amount. And then they kind of were, I guess, like, they were intoxicated. So they felt drunk and whatnot, kind of sat down by the pool. And then they said that's when Trey Songz came in and basically led them upstairs to a bedroom. And they fell asleep with their clothes on. Cut long story short, they woke up naked and he was on them, basically. And then he also forced them. It was a whole bunch of sexual stuff, graphic stuff. I don't really want to get into, but again, it's available. They basically spoke to. It's an exclusive by TMZ, so if you want to check it out, it's there. And he then forced them. Was trying to force them to take a shower with him afterwards, and then they basically were like, no, they're not gonna do that, blah blah. Then he got angry and like really abusive, like verbally and whatnot. His security had to step in because they said they wanted to leave and whatnot. He wasn't gonna let them leave. His security had to step in and then was able to get them an Uber, give them their phones back and whatever. So yeah, they're suing him for that. With Trey Songz, yeah,
I don't understand
why he hasn't arrested about anything.
No, but why have we not learned from R. Kelly? I don't understand why this is the pattern again. Because this is what seems to be happening.
A case is being built of, like, this is not the first allegation. This is like, I don't even know what number this is, but basically for years, he's been settling out of court for a lot of allegations. So his time is coming. His time is definitely 100% coming. He's on his way to getting the day that he deserves, basically. But I feel like even with people kind of know, people are branding him as what they're branding him now, if that makes sense. Like Trey Songz is something you openly speak about. I saw one of the universities in the States, it's a Howard or something, and they basically said that he was going to perform or he was going to speak there, something like that. And it was a lot of uproar because people were like, are you guys all right? Like, don't you know what's been going on with him kind of thing? Like, how out of the loop are you kind of thing? So yeah, he is definitely going to get the day. I see him in prison at some point.
That's my thing. I feel like he's still getting booked though. It's like, it's not stopping anything.
But he's not getting booked where he's doing international tours and stuff. Like, I haven't heard.
Oh, he's come here.
Recently?
Yes.
Oh, hate to see it. Because last time I saw Trey Songz, he was in the O2.
He was part of like an ensemble where I think it was like other.
Oh, when they have other people.
Yeah,
together.
other people, and I was just like,
and
I wanted to go, but then I saw he was on the bill, and I was like, maybe not. Nah.
See, I didn't know. I thought his career was kind of on the decline because I haven't heard anything about Trey Songz music or him. Because last time I saw him, he was at the O2. So in my mind, if I haven't heard that Trey Songz come back to the O2, you must not be doing that well. But this is not the first allegation against him. Like, this is not. And the things like this there's just more and more. But again, he's been trying to sweep stuff under the rug behind the scenes for years, and it's all coming up. And Keke Palmer tried to tell y'all. Keke Palmer did say, because she went to one of his parties, and he was gonna film videos and whatnot, and she didn't want to be with her, and then they ended up locking her like in a closet or something. It was a whole thing. It was crazy. It was very, very crazy. But when she said again, people didn't really believe her like that.
They did not believe her.
It was more like, oh, where did you go to the party then? It was
yeah.
that kind of vibe. And obviously there was that woman as well who sued him because he pulled down her top in public and just exposed her breasts and stuff. So yeah, he is getting the day that he's Trey Songz on his way out here. But also Jussie Smollet. I feel like Dave Chappelle has ruined how this man's name is actually pronounced. I have a battle. But yeah, so he's basically, it's been reported that he's made his way or checked in to a rehab treatment facility. Not sure for what exactly, but if you guys remember, he's the guy who basically did that fake. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most...
Getting help with addiction.
It's one of the most stupid things that like ever hit the news. He faked a kidnap. And do you know what's mad? It's like you were really in a great place in your career. Like, there was no reason.
I'm still baffled as to
what was the reason.
Why did we get here?
So context, he was basically the star on Empire, right? Like he was really great on his role Empire. Had Taraji in it. Had what's his real name? Not Lucius. What's his real name?
Terrence
Howard. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he was on there as well. Like, it's a star-studded show, right? was doing well. All of a sudden, this was around Black Lives Matter, wasn't it? No, this isn't. I can't remember. But anyway, this was around the time where people were having conversations about race relations and all that kind of stuff, right? And he decided that he was going to fake a kidnap. So what he said had happened was he was in Chicago for an appearance or whatever it was. He decided to go to Subway at like 3:00 in the morning. And then on his way to Subway, there was, this was around Trump. That's what was happening. It was around Trump's situation and
campaign
run.
Yes,
and make America great again or whatever it was, all that stuff. White supremacy, all that kind of stuff. So he basically said that he went to get Subway, MAGA hat, that's it. Because that's very vital to the story. He said he went to get Subway. 2 guys attacked him, 2 white men, he said. White men attacked him with MAGA hats on. And they put a rope around his neck.
A noose.
They poured, was it bleach or petrol, something on him, and they were shouting the F word at him, the F slur at him, and they were also talking about make America great again. And this is, something like this is MAGA bitch, something like that, one of those things anyway. So obviously the internet went crazy, like, oh, this is crazy, we can't stand for homophobia, we can't stand for this,
Hours later, he walked into the police station with still the noose on his...
around his neck, innit?
Yeah.
He walked in.
He walked into the
props.
police station with the
with the props still on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was still acting.
I shouldn't laugh about. Come on, man.
They hadn't said cut yet, so.
So he did all of that stuff, and I remember. This is what I said. Nah, you are a damn. I don't know who you are. He basically was doing. I remember it was like a whole conference. You know when you speak to the press, and he's like, "Yeah, this has been difficult, blah, blah," and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the gay Tupac," and then dropped mic. I walked off the stage and I just said, you think this is the episode of Empire, don't you? You really are acting. Anyway, turns out the 2 white men are 2 Nigerian men who are brothers, who are also his PT.
I was so
and he knows them. And actually, the day before the attack, they'd actually walked that same path to scoop. To scope it out, see how, where they're going to do this and this. And there's no camera here and what. Reenactment. The rehearsal. Yes. They had the rehearsal the day before.
The rehearsal.
This is it. And obviously, Nigerian men, when the police caught them in it before before it was out that they knew each other, and they're not going to jail. So they said, hey, this was an acting gig. This was a paid gig for us by this man, and that's how everything just happened. And I believe that he went to prison. He was sentenced. It was a whole thing. So this is.
Court, he shouted, "If anything happens to me, I'm not suicidal."
Oh, yes. He did. So he said, if I die...
Yeah, I was just about to say that he's committed
I ain't
to the
do
role,
this.
man.
He was really committed to it. But it's like, why did you do all of this?
That point, he was saying...
Yeah, he was adamant he didn't do it.
He was adamant that this was not a lie.
This is the justice system. But I think what he was banking on, so Chicago has high crime rates and they don't be investigating stuff on it. So he intentionally said, oh, Chicago, I can get away with this. But what he didn't know was that the whole world was going to rally behind him. All the celebrities were going to rally behind him. And that was going to push Chicago to not be useless in the face of the world. So they actually did investigate this case. And they found out you were a damn liar.
And the people were like in Chicago was like, in that stretch of where he was, there ain't no person walking around with no MAGA hat. They would never do that.
They would never. But he was
at that
so
time
detailed.
of the morning in freezing levels of cold.
Yes, that's what it was as well.
They said no one's doing that.
I don't know why he did that.
We still don't know why he actually done it though.
That's what I'm still baffled.
Like he was doing well. The show was.
He was doing extremely well. Like,
do you know what I mean?
His career would have only soared.
The show was on a down. Like it weren't going to get renewed.
And you thought this was how we were going to get a new season.
That's what people were saying.
But do you know what's mad though? Do you know what's so mad? What he did was so crazy because Lee Daniels was like all behind him. Like everyone was behind him. But as more started to come out that he probably was lying, he got killed off the show. Like before the show even ended.
Killed himself.
So he did all of that and for what? So I'm hoping that this rehab facility is to help.
But rehab for what?
People have said, I don't know, but I hope it's one of those ones that redirects your brain cells and helps you move forward. But his rep basically, they released a statement exclusively against TMZ and they said that Jussie has had an extremely difficult past few years. He has quietly been working very hard for some time now and we are proud of him for taking these necessary steps. It's so crazy because he actually comes from like a Hollywood family that's well respected.
Yeah.
Like his family is well respected in Hollywood. I just think, I can't imagine that being my sibling. And
can you imagine?
Now when you're in circles, everyone's whispering.
Yeah, he's got bad friends because someone co-signed this. Like he ran this by someone before they went and done it, and they were like, "Yeah, do it, Jesse, do it."
It's mad. Yeah. And he actually paid the guys and all sorts, but hate to see anyway. But so my throat's a bit dry. 1 sec. Right, moving on anyway. Real Housewives of Atlanta watchers, fans. Nene Leakes, who's obviously the OG of Real Housewives, all the franchises. Cynthia basically made up, man, which is really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet because they were really, really good friends. So when they started, Cynthia was a bit, she's a bit of a needy friend, to be fair. Because she had like a whole friendship contract thing. I was like, you're actually a grown-ass woman. You're a grown-ass woman doing friendship contracts. But anyway, whatever makes her happy. She likes it, I love it. And yeah, so they've basically said that they're cool again. So Nene put a post up and the caption says, I told y'all I stepped out the other night and bumped into several other people. But what I didn't tell you is that I bumped into the Cynthia Bailey, honey. When I tell you I had to read her down, she said, no, really, y'all know I can't hold a grudge for too long, Nene. How many years it's been? I can't hold a grudge for too long. We literally laughed our asses off. I'm talking burst out loud, ghetto laughter, honey. Then she at Cynthia. And Cynthia says, always nothing but love and laughter when I see the one. Nene Leakes. Yes, we have been through our ups and downs, but the love was always real. Life is precious and way too short. I cherish all the incredible and unforgettable memories. Moving forward in love, peace, and always laughter. One thing I do like about these women is that when something happens, like if someone goes, even if they're beefing and someone goes through like a tragedy, obviously Greg died, which is Nene's husband, they still show up. Like they still went to the funeral, they still send her flowers, like they still do all of that stuff. Like, yeah, I don't like you, but I like Greg. And I know how important he was for you kind of thing. So big up the aunties, man. The aunties are made up. Love that for them. What else is on my list here? 1 second, sorry. Oh, yes, so I told you yesterday about Nikki Thot, who is a YouTuber from Australia, and her ex-husband basically put out a video that's 1 hour and 23 minutes long, talking about their marriage, why it is that they broke up, and how it was abusive, and this, that, and the other, and all that kind of stuff. Well, she's released a statement, and she said, it is extremely disappointing that my ex-husband will publish private footage and conversations to try and slander my character. I never intended to speak on my previous marriage for the sake and security of our 2 little girls. This isn't something I ever wanted to expose them to. I have done my utmost to shield them. As a mother, my priorities have always been to protect them. However, Jamie, that's her ex, has forced me to share my side of the story, the truth and context behind the video and audio recordings. I ask you to please be patient as I intend to address all of his accusations. I want to say thank you for those that have been nothing but supportive. My friends and family who have messaged and checked in on me, thank you. You guys know, I will watch that because I did say that if she said anything, I will definitely be watching it. So I am going to watch it and I'll let you guys know what the findings are. I think it's a good thing that she's coming out to say her truth. Because obviously we've only heard his side of things. And as I expressed yesterday, I'm aware that it was only his side of things, but I don't put down abused victims when they've claimed that they've been abused and start to poke them for all sorts. So it will be interesting to see what it is that she's got to say. And yeah, man. So I'll keep you guys updated on all that stuff. Also yesterday, sorry, hold on, crap. I forgot to send it to myself. But yesterday, Milena from the Receipts podcast announced her departure from the Receipts podcast. And I will just read her statement to y'all. 1 second. So she posted on Instagram like pictures of obviously amazing things that they've done. Big up the Receipts podcast. And she said, I wanted to share with everyone that after some careful thoughts, I've decided to leave the Receipts podcast. It's been a difficult decision that has weighed heavy on my heart for some time now. And though it's been tough, I believe it's what's best for me. The podcast will continue and I truly wish Audrey and Toddy all the best with it. Making this show with them has been a truly life-changing experience. I'm deeply grateful for the love and support that has surrounded me over the years. I'll forever hold a special place in my heart for our listeners. Thank you all so much. Love you always. From your mama sitter, Milena Sanchez. And then on the Receipts page as well, there was a statement released and it says, after 7 years of sisterhood, friendship and so much more, Milena has decided to leave the Receipts podcast. It's been an amazing journey working together and we wish her the best. Toddy and Audrey are still on this ride with you and are still here to keep you company and do this life thing together. We are going on a break because Audrey deserves maternity leave. Big up Audrey. And we will be back in the new year with 2 episodes a week. We are excited to still be brought to you by Spotify, but you can now listen to us everywhere. But everywhere you get your podcasts, if you enjoy watching us, That is a Spotify exclusive. Thank you for your love, and we hope you allow us the pleasure to say your friends, sisters, and maybe aunties. Love always, Audrey and Tolly. Big up the Receipts podcast. I love them. I watch and listen to the podcast all the damn time. So big up the girlies. Obviously, there's been a lot of conversation and speculation online since that the statements were released. And I will have a bit of bias just because I am a podcaster myself. And I always find it so funny how people think they know stuff. I find it funny how people watch content and think that they know people like down to a T. Furthermore, it's edited content. And I think that part is missed. Like, people are putting 2 and 2 together and getting 21 and getting whatever, all types of figures over content that's actually edited. Like, people record podcasts and they edit and keep bits in they want to keep in and take out whatever they want to take out and whatnot. And they give you what they've packaged. But somehow you think that you can pull out facts from that. It's wild. The accusations I'm seeing online, I think, are very, very crazy. I think it's very, very... For me personally, I feel like it's very irresponsible, the words that are being thrown around, talking about bullying, talking about this. And I think it's so ironic because people don't see that by doing stuff like that, because basically Milena posted her statement, yeah, and people are like replying directly to her statement and quote tweeting directly to her statement that, oh, you got bullied off the show and you're weak and I'm like, you start insulting, you're trying to say you support her decision whilst simultaneously insulting her on her post that she's going to see. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
People are mad mad.
It's wild.
People are mad.
And the bullying thing, I'm just like, I can't. This is my theory, right? Because I do believe it has something to do with how it is society brands black women. I'm not going to act like that's not a thing. I feel like black women are allowed to be confident when they're with other black women, and it's not a thing. Like, you can be expressive, you can talk however you want to, you can do whatever you want to do, and it's not a thing. But when there's someone else outside of that culture that's in that room, and this is not just, I'm not just talking about receipts, I'm talking about in general, in the office space and corporate, I'm talking about in general. When there's other people outside of your culture, outside of your race in that room, all of a sudden now, what it is that is seen as confidence when we're with ourselves is now seen as loud. Yep. It's now branded all these negative words. And I'm not really here for that. Like, I think it's just all mad and all pathetic and all crazy. And I think just seeing the things that people are saying, like, you lot will be doing be kind, whenever it is that it suits you, for whoever it is that you want to. But the things I was seeing yesterday, mad. But big up Milena, love to Milena for, of course, her 7+ years on Receipts. And that's another thing with podcasting. Podcast is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. And I think podcasting for 7+ years, 5+ years, whatever it is, that's an achievement. So big up the ladies. They've smashed and they've done amazing things in the podcasting industry. So big up the Receipts for that. Obviously, good luck to Milena in everything she does. And big up Tolly and Audrey as well for carrying on the podcast. Like, that's a big thing. And yeah, man, love to Tolly. Like, big love to Tolly, because you lot are crazy. And like, very crazy. And there's nobody to tell you. And some of you as well, I feel like I always clock how interesting it is when there's a scandal about somebody, even if it's someone that is like everyone's sweetheart or whatever. Someone like Nella Rose, for example. I saw it happen with Nella Rose. And Nella Rose is like everyone's unofficial little sister kind of vibe, right? Some of you feel like this is the time for you to then start showing the hatred and the envy that you have towards this person, and you use whatever situation is going on to mask how it is that you really feel and did not really have the space to put out there. It's wild. But love to Tolly, love to Audrey and her beautiful baby, and love to Milena. And yeah, man, that's it from me. Let's get to People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. The first thing I want to mention, wasn't going to be something I was going to mention. And this is about the whole, we spoke about it before, Blackwall Tunnel charges and stuff like that. Do you remember how much it was?
£4. It's £4 each way.
Thank you.
I couldn't forget. I could never forget.
I'm so glad you said that. Because I saw something just yesterday.
Everything has gone up.
with Mr. Sadiq Khan talking about it could be £5.25.
Is he all right?
Not at all. So I've been trying to tell you people.
£5.25
For what?
The Blackwall
to go
Tunnel.
through the Blackwall Tunnel.
Each way, by the way. It's not for a day. Each way. Do you know how? Because the other day I went through the tunnel, and I said, I'll be honest with you. If you're still going to charge me, I need a Starbucks in here. I need a drive-through stop because this tunnel is run down and it's like a 2-minute max, no traffic. I'm paying £5.25 just to go a 2-minute drive.
Now, again, they may change it up once it comes into action or whatever it may be, but I'm pretty sure he was on LBC, I think maybe yesterday. I saw a little brief headline talking about how he was talking about how it would be basically £5.25. But I remember saying it was £4. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, we'll get onto that once we get more information. What's your guys' favorite streaming service?
Favorite?
Yeah, or the one you use the most when you're watching your films, your movies, your series.
I go through all three though, so.
I just say Netflix.
Yeah, depends what I'm doing.
I thought Netflix was like everyone's number one.
Yeah, but they started taking shows off.
Yeah.
And
So you have to find
bullshit.
somewhere else.
Ah, okay.
So I've got Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got those three as well.
Yeah, so if I can't find something on Netflix, it will
I've
be on
only got
Amazon
Prime
or it'll be
and
on Disney.
Netflix.
Okay, Disney Plus is alright, you know. Got lots
Disney
of
Plus is
stuff
actually
there.
good. It's got
Yeah.
Is it?
some good stuff in there. Yeah.
Especially for Marvel stuff. That's only.
Yeah, they got loads of Marvel stuff.
Only Marvel stuff is really on Disney anyway.
No,
Yeah.
they got loads of other stuff as well, you know. Yeah, they got loads of stuff.
Are they?
I want
No,
to
I
know.
mean they have, but I mean like
Stuff that you
there's
care about.
I can't remember seeing any Marvel stuff on Netflix. Or,
Yeah, no.
you know what I mean?
It's all
So,
thingy, yeah. Anyway, I mentioned Netflix because the prices are going up.
Again?
Yeah. So
nah.
they said that monthly charges for the UK's basic service would rise by £1 to $7.99.
They're taking
And-
a piss.
Yeah, and the advert-free option is going to be increasing by £2 to $17.99. So I think the advert-free version, that's like the overall premium one, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be $17.99.
Some people will pay it though.
Of course, 100%.
Some people get fed up with the ads and they're like, no, I can't do this no more. I'll just pay it. I ain't one of them people.
But you know the ads though? What are the ads though? Is it just literally the ones...
They just show you random stuff that's either coming out or it might be products or.
Ain't that after the film or something? Or like when it's just...
It's like in the middle of the film.
No.
I've never seen anything...
Even BBC started doing it. On like if you go onto BBC app, showing you ads. If you're
I must
watching
have
BBC before back in the day, there was no ads. No ads whatsoever.
Yeah,
None of
yeah.
the ads.
Yeah, but I've never seen an ad on my Netflix thingy. I must have the ad.
No, why?
Yeah,
Even
that's
on
what I'm thinking.
I'm on the standard and I've never
That's what
seen
I'm
an ad.
thinking. It must be like after the film or something when it's just randomly popping up. Or I don't know.
No, I've never seen an ad, I can't lie.
Did
And-
you say you don't have ads on Netflix?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't. That means you got the
No,
premium.
wait. You're on my account.
Who me?
I knew.
Who? Me?
No.
This brother.
No, of course not.
Oh, is it Spotify?
I'm on your Spotify.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Imagine.
Where were you,
Correction,
wait.
I know, like,
Where were you going to go with that?
yeah,
anyway?
well,
Yeah.
You want something? I just wasn't sure what watching.
Why did that need to be?
When I say he's on it, as in we're on a family plan.
Yeah.
We live in the
yeah.
same house. Anyone listening? Don't worry.
It's a Netflix 45. You're listening.
I know. I swear they're trying to ban people from using other people's.
Yes, I'm about to get onto that. So
Yeah.
basically, they're trying to stop that. And they're basically trying to say to people, you guys have to make sure everyone in the household
Lives in the same.
alone can use a password. There's no password sharing, none of that stuff anymore.
Netflix, relax, man.
Yeah, man. If you want to do that, you can add another person to your thingy. I think that's $4.99 to add another person to your
it's all
current
money,
package.
all
Yeah.
money.
The other day I was talking about Wilco's obviously closing down. 2 days ago I was talking about Rolls Royce, 2,500 people being let go. Nokia, they have a workforce around the world of 86,000 people. They're letting go of 14,000 jobs.
I'm surprised they're still going with all the other phones that are out there now. It's not like we're still using 3210s and
Yeah.
playing Snake.
Nokia.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Remember-
Like, who's got a Nokia
Like,
phone?
But
What
remember,
parts of the
around
world,
the
you know?
world, exactly,
Yeah.
around the world. Yeah, man. Although their sales, they reported a 20% fall in sales. You know what I'm saying? During its third quarter. Yeah, man.
I don't even know what a Nokia phone looks like in a minute. So
Yeah. That equated to like a £4.3 billion fall in their net sales, which is crazy. £4.3 billion.
yeah, they're done still.
Yeah. But again, they still got a workforce of, well, prior to this, 86,000. So that's obviously dropped down to like 72,000.
That's the Nokia
people.
phone, yeah.
Looks clean to me. Looks like a mouse phone.
It looks like an Android. Nah,
Yeah,
it
it
looks
does.
decent. It looks,
Yeah.
I didn't know that exists, I'll be honest with you.
I feel like phones that have really, really great cameras, but
They've definitely come a long way from 3210, bro, and the snakes on the phone, 100%.
Yeah,
I wonder,
100%.
that's got to have snakes on there.
I feel like that should be part of the tradition.
100,
But like it would be like a 3D now
Yeah.
type of snakes, a real life snake.
No way.
No.
The up-to-date version.
I would.
No, that can't be.
You would what? I ain't texting you. I'm not about to see green all up on my screen. I ain't got time for that.
It's a green all over the screen.
That one looks like a hybrid.
Yeah, the one on the right, right?
Mm.
And the one on the left looks just, yeah.
But yeah, that's going on. That's what's going on with Nokia.
Not Nokia was for the trappers.
Everyone had Nokias. What are you talking about? Don't do that, was it?
I'm reading the
It was 3210. And what was the other one? 32.
I can't remember. You know?
There was a
5110.
With the face off.
is it 51
Yeah,
then?
the 51.
Yeah, there was a couple of them. Yeah.
8210.
Is it 8210?
Yeah, that was 80. There was 80.
There was
Yeah,
8210.
3210, 8210, 51. There was a few of them. Yeah.
Because I quickly
She said
became
the
a,
trappers. You're rude.
No, that was the comments.
Alright, comments, relax.
I quickly became a Sony Ericsson girl.
What was it?
I love the
Nah,
Sony
those were
Ericsson. I had a
bricks though,
purple
man.
one. It was so pretty.
When you can change all the faces and all that.
What faces?
The Sony Ericssons, no? They were like square.
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
was
you
square.
couldn't do that for Sony Ericsson. You could do it for Nokia.
You could do it for Nokia as well.
You
Change
can Nokia.
No, I
faces.
swear you can change the. No, you take it to the shop, you get a face
Sony
and that.
Ericsson. I feel like
Yeah,
they were
of course
always
you could.
silver.
They
Like
had that
Yeah,
multiple
you could.
faces.
No,
No, I feel like with Sony
you could.
Ericsson, whatever you got, that's your colour now. You just
That's
have
what I
nice
thought.
cases and stuff.
No, but I think that you
They
go to the
up-
shop and you can change it.
Oh, I never changed mine.
No, I'm not
boy.
talking about that Ericsson.
No.
I had
Mine
the-
was,
before.
the
no,
slide
mine
one.
was the Nokia and the Motorola. The flip.
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the most.
I
Banana,
love
yeah,
that
the
flip
banana.
phone where.
Banana, innit? Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
how
yeah.
lit it is to be having an argument and just snap it? Oh!
And then the Razor phone. I had that hot,
What was
hot
the
pink,
Razor one?
the
I
hot
didn't
pink
have the
Razor
Razor,
phone.
the Razor.
No, I love
It was the flat one.
I can't remember. I remember there was I think it was an Ericsson or a Nokia, and it used to come out. Like, I don't know if you guys remember it. You flick it, and it literally just rised up.
That was the
Talking about
Razor.
The banana.
No.
Oh
but
yes.
that
Oh
was-
my gosh.
Yeah.
Remember the thing? Hello, Moto.
Yeah, the Matrix one, innit?
I don't know if it was a banana. I swear it was something else.
I thought it was the Matrix one.
Yeah, I had that.
I still got one of them in my house, the silver
It
one.
was such a good time. I feel like life just felt so fun back then.
No GPS, can't track me.
What the heck?
Yeah,
is
that one there, innit?
Where is this?
That I'm talking about.
What year was this from?
No. I remember that one, but it was another one.
Giving only fools and horses.
I
remember them Derek
one
Truss
was-
had
that
that
was-
one.
It was
Sick
smaller
phone,
than
you
that
know.
one. It was more like smaller. And
That's
You
a real
kinda-
throwback, boy.
that's old school, you know.
That is so old school.
Yeah.
Some of the phones are expensive now, you know. They're not like
they?
cheap. Yeah. They're not cheap now.
Aw, good times, man.
That's because they can't be tracked, innit?
They're antique. Yeah, come on, antiques. No
That's why I said the
GPS.
trappers. I know they got it
That's
in their
actually a
drawers.
smart
But
food to commit crimes with, you know. Allegedly, hypothetically, all banter.
it's only entertainment.
Love it, Trey. Thank you very much.
Alright, the last thing I wanted to mention is, remember the whole Amazon delivery drone things? Remember? Basically, they had this delivery drone thing, yeah. It's unmanned.
I thought that was very short lived.
Yeah, they
That'd
bring
be
it
so
back.
cool. But how's it possible?
They bring it back.
Oh,
So next year they
There's
want
no
to bring it
point.
back.
the workers are complaining and they come to do this.
Yeah, so this is for the same day delivery ones. So the people that need same day delivery
Okay.
Well, they're
stuff.
bringing drones to them.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
don't trust that.
can the drone really carry stuff, though?
Yeah, I was doing it before.
Yeah, you can.
The heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it is,
just
the Lord
fly
knows, I
over
wish a
and
drone would drop my head. I am suing Jeff Bezos and them for everything they've
Jeff
got.
better give it up.
Mate,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's going to be coming next year. And that's it for the People's Journal.
All right, what are we getting into next?
Interview.
Nice, let's get into it, please. I love that show. I haven't watched it in ages, actually.
Yeah, that show
I
was
love Only
elite.
Fools and Horses.
It's never
The
coming
Late
back
Show.
though. It's never coming back.
Of course it ain't coming back.
I know,
Of course they're
but
going. They're gold.
No, but you know when they try to do
Is
remakes
David
and all
H.
that,
still
and-
alive?
He is.
One of them still alive.
He
Okay.
basically he tried to say something crazy one time though.
Oh.
I said,
How
"Oh,
crazy?
Del boy, don't something to do." I think I don't
Not
know.
race, don't say
You know, the
race.
ones that like, oh, I think it was something to do like BLM. I was something, and I'll be honest with you. I don't care if I'm a seller. I looked the other way. I turned the other cheek because I said, "I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing
Yeah,
this."
some
today."
people done that about Liam Nielsen. To be fair,
He did that to
He's
himself.
He did that to himself.
Is that the Taken guy?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's having the day he deserves. He
No,
did that shit.
100%, but as in like some people looked the other way as you just said.
Nah, that one you couldn't look the other way. This one was like an old, white, ignorant comment.
Okay.
You know the old white people that still say coloured because they don't know that you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so whatever. We're just going to move on. But we have a guest. We have a lovely, lovely, pretty guest today. You've heard from her already. But morning, Jamelia.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I feel like it's a nice thing you were here earlier. I feel like you've kind of broken the ice and all that stuff.
I thought I was like horrifically late, so I'm happy to hear that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. It was just our lovely producer over there had something to get off his chest. So here we are. We thank God that he did that. It was great. But we're gonna get into your business, which I think is such a sick idea. You know, such a sick idea. But we're gonna get into all of that. But we play a game with our guests. We ask you general knowledge questions.
Oh dear.
Or like, yeah, it's fine, girl. Whatever it is, you won't be the worst person. Yeah. We've had I really believe can't go lower than we've got already. So you'll be fine.
Oh, you'll honestly be surprised.
You can't get worse than 0. So you're right. But basically, it's general knowledge questions, and some of them are like this or that.
Okay.
Kind of questions as well. It's going to be over 140 beat.
Okay.
You don't have to like rap anything, just answer it. And you can pass if you want to.
Okay.
If it's too much.
How many passes do I get?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
I think so.
Because from the moment we told people that they could pass, the first one we told they could pass didn't even make an effort. He just passed everything and said, okay, you got to answer something.
You couldn't have passed everything, no?
You did. You only got the this
Most
with that one.
things.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
It was that wasn't it. Should we start doing it? Should we introduce passes? But if you're stuck there, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry, as many as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
As many as you want.
Chris, you got a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're doing from the top, from the bottom?
From the bottom.
Okay, we're doing from the bottom to some. All right, lovely.
All right.
Brennan, you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready, girl? You ready?
I'm ready. I'm very nervous, I'm not going to lie.
Do you know something?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Our guest yesterday made us do it. So I actually for the first time know how you feel. But you
What are you gonna ask me?
We failed woefully, but you'll be all right.
Okay, cool. Let's get into it.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
In what country can you find the ancient city of Petra?
No idea, pass.
Haile Selassie was emperor of what country?
Ethiopia.
What's the largest planet in the solar system?
Jupiter?
Vacation or solo trip?
Vacation.
Fresh Prince was based where?
Philadelphia.
Religion or way of life?
Way of life.
What temperature does water boil at?
100 degrees.
Girl, you are doing amazing. Which author wrote To Kill a Mockingbird?
Dicky? No. Pass.
Okay.
Who painted the Mona Lisa?
I feel like you shouldn't have told me I'd done well because now
I know.
now I'm distracted. I don't
As soon
know.
as I said it, I said I'll cry.
Pass.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Where is El Salvador?
Mexico? South America.
Who's next?
TikTok or Instagram? Oh, so is that been said of it?
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to change my
You
answer.
had one
TikTok
job.
now.
One job. One job.
One job, Christy.
You can have
When I was
It's like, no, wait.
Nah, do you know what's mad? Because when Iman said it yesterday, I was really ready to fight your cause. I was like, oh, how could you say that? You did really well though, actually.
Which one did I get wrong?
You got the...
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, that's Harper Lee.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to get that.
Yeah, that's Harper Lee. I learned that every time. You got the temperature one right. You got Fresh Prince's Bel Air. Philadelphia,
Oh my
same.
God.
No, he was born and raised
Born
in
and-
Philadelphia.
Oh, dear.
You got the largest planet right. You got the Selassie one right as well.
Mm-hmm.
In which country can you find the ancient city of Petra? That's in Jordan.
Jordan.
Why is there a
Okay.
question mark there? Someone's not sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see that.
What else was there? El Salvador is Brazil.
Okay. Oh, yes, it is. Damn.
And Mona Lisa is Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, of course.
Well, you did well though.
All right.
You're definitely at the top half of the board.
I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, can you please tell us what you do and let's get into all of that stuff.
Sure. I run a company called Tress, which is a monthly subscription service for products for naturally kinky, curly, coily hair. So essentially, we help women or anyone discover new products without leaving their house. So you pay your subscription fee and you receive a new box of products every month from a variety of different brands.
Okay. Do they pick the brands that they want, or is it curated by you guys?
It's curated by us, but at the moment we've got a store open in Birmingham where you can come and build your own box.
Oh,
so you get to choose what goes into your box.
Oh, sick. And then, so what's the process like? Like, how do if I wanted to get a box, how do I start?
Sure. So you go on our website, treasuretress.co.uk.
Yeah.
You'll subscribe and then you'll expect to receive your box the following month.
Okay.
So if you were to subscribe today, you would get the November box.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to get the October box, which is a Plant Made takeover,
We got Plant Made.
then you could do that.
Okay. But then, would that tell you what kind of hair I have?
No, and I actually don't believe that the hair type that we have dictates the products that we use.
Oh, really?
No.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's so simplistic to think that if you have like curly hair, like ringlets, then you'll use this type of product and it will definitely work for you. That's actually not the way hair works.
Okay.
There's so many things to consider. Like climate is really important, quality of water, the density of your hair, the porosity of your hair, the texture of your hair.
Yeah.
There's just so many different things. So it's not just a cookie cutter, oh, I have kinky hair, so I'm going to use this product. That's not how it works. Like even my niece, I've got nieces and their sisters, they've got completely different complexions and completely different hair types.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't buy them products separately because I know how to use the same products on both of their hair.
Okay.
To get like the desired results. So I think it's a lot to do with how you use a product as opposed to the product itself. And if your hair likes the ingredients or not.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big key as well.
So what does that mean if your hair lacks the ingredients or not? Doesn't that kind of go back to the whole depending on the type of hair you have then?
No, because I think it's individualistic. So like, let's say that you have a twin and you guys at face value, you've got the same hair, but your hair really likes an ingredient and his doesn't. That could be a thing.
Okay.
Equally allergens, like some people are actually allergic to coconut oil. So everyone with like ringlets could be using this product with coconut oil and you could be allergic to it, so you can't use it. But I don't, like, if I try a product and it doesn't work for me, I just find a different way to use it. And like, I've tried shampoos in the past, which I've absolutely hated. And so I've just used them to clean my makeup brushes, for example. Like, I just feel like there's always something that you can do with a product, but I don't think that hair is as black and white as we think it is. It's not like you're black and you've got 4C hair, so you should definitely use this brand. That's not how it works. Like you can use Tresemme, for example. Like you can use a wide spectrum of products. You just have to learn how to use them a bit better.
What about those?
Sorry. Christy, can you just make sure she doesn't have shoulders like a hunchback?
Pull that jacket back.
Should I take my jacket off, maybe? Yeah. I'm getting quite hot.
So what was Christy going to do?
That's us.
Thinking, why is Christy in
She
it?
would have seen it as opposed to.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's a nice dress.
Very
So
nice.
I was
So you should have showed that off. Nice dress.
I was going to ask, is your subscription just for men? So just for women, or is it men as well?
So I've got a thing with men asking me this question because they always act like, oh, we want a box for ourselves. So we have released the King box.
Okay.
I knew Brent was going to do that.
We have released the King
Brent, can you
box
move
in
her
the
mic closer,
past.
please?
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Oh, no, she's fine. I think she's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've released the King box in the past. We've done it in collaboration with Temple and
had Temple on here.
Beard Culture London. And it was fine. Like, men bought the boxes, but men don't spend on beauty the way that women do.
Of course not.
So the outside of our boxes is very gender neutral. Inside it is pink, and it does say "Sis, cancel your plans this wash day."
Okay.
But we
love
do
that.
have men that buy the boxes, or women that buy the boxes for their household. Men come into our store and pick products for themselves.
Yeah.
So men do use the service, but not as much as women.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that we don't serve men. We serve everyone.
But so you are inclusive, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's so interesting about the ingredients, because there's some shampoos and stuff I see. I was like, oh, that's like mixed race hair.
Yeah.
And that
and
wouldn't work
this-
with my hair. But then when I think about it, I do wash my hair with Tresemme.
This is
Like,
it.
it does work.
But I do think it's a lot to do with the marketing, though, because
Yeah.
certain brands use certain girls that look a certain way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
And
do.
so it turns everyone else off because they
Yeah.
think, oh, this I can't use this. This doesn't apply to me. When you
Yeah.
actually can, you can use it. You just need to figure out how to use it.
How to use it. Oh, yes, but yeah, I was going to ask about that as well. When you say how to use it, so a shampoo, for example, how could I use a shampoo differently?
So I don't know how you shampoo your hair at the moment, but
Yeah.
I tell everyone to shampoo your hair in sections.
Oh, gradually,
So-
one in, one out.
See, that's he's not doing it right. That's
I'm
right.
tired. I don't want to cancel my plans, sis. I just don't wash it.
But you need like time for yourself. Like even if it's a Sunday, you finish
Yeah.
cleaning the house and now you want to take care of yourself. But I say section your hair into at least 4 sections.
4? Oh, you're killing me.
And then focusing on the roots of your hair. So
Okay.
like the focus of shampoo is your scalp.
Yeah.
And then you let the lava like cleanse the length of your hair.
Okay.
But a lot of women like put shampoo on like the ends of their hair and
Yeah.
then they're complaining that their hair's so dry, it's so brittle and it's breaking. It's like
Yeah.
the shampoo is to cleanse the scalp and then the lava as you wash it out is going to cleanse the length of your hair. And then when you go in with conditioner, it's the opposite. Conditioner, you focus on the ends and then you work your way up. But you don't need conditioner on your scalp. Like that's not going to do anything. You need conditioner on the length of your hair.
To be fair, I do that though, because when I do shampoo my hair, because obviously when you go to the hairdressers, they like I love a scalp massage. I do that. I give myself that. So I do always focus on that. And when I do condition, actually, I do focus on like my hair strands rather than my roots itself.
Good.
I'm just too lazy to be sectioning.
Sectioning, it will change your life.
I section for
honestly.
conditioning.
But even like, aren't you
But not
scared that you're
shampoo.
not going to get like?
No,
I would
because
be
I go
concerned.
in. Because I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Like when I shower, I like I like to know things are clean. So I know that I'm really in there.
But doesn't your hair just feel a mess once you finish? Like, is it not just tangled because you've
No.
been?
So basically, when I do that, what's my process? Let me get what I do. So I wet my hair, then I shampoo it, my roots, everything, do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Then I wash out the shampoo.
Yeah.
Then I what do I do after that? Then I put a conditioner in. Then whilst the conditioner is when I detangle it.
Okay.
And then I add like plant oils into it, and then kind of like do a steam and stuff like that.
Okay, you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So I detangle my hair. Yeah.
But I couldn't deal with the chaos of shampooing my hair altogether.
I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna do that.
It just makes it so easy, like section by section.
Yeah.
And you leave the shower with your hair in twists, add the conditioner in the sections, detangle in the sections, wash it out, apply a leave-in conditioner, let your hair air dry, crack on.
Oh, air dry. Oh, baby.
Wait, why did I
This is
think
so foreign.
This is
to
why
me.
she said sis.
Yeah.
So you're
No, it's foreign to me because I don't do DIY.
Okay.
I'm
I
in the
don't trust
hairdressers.
Oh, I'm not
do
I
DIY.
don't do DIY.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I haven't been to hairdressers in. I've had my hair done by someone else, but I haven't been to the hairdressers in at least 10 years.
Really?
That's even giving me anxiety. Did you just say that?
Yeah, I done a trial. Well, I went to the hairdressers like 2-3 years ago,
move it.
like to trial for my wedding. But she didn't wash my hair or anything. She literally just put it in a ponytail.
Okay.
But as far as like wash, deep condition, no, I don't enjoy it.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought people put conditioner in like first and then the shampoo after. I don't know why. I thought
That is wild.
That
I
is
don't
very
know
wild.
why. I don't know
But
why.
to be fair, you can pre-poo.
That's a person you should not trust.
But I do say that if you don't like a conditioner, you can use it before you shampoo to detangle your hair.
Okay.
So add that conditioner to your hair, detangle your hair, then shampoo it, and then deep condition it again. So that's what I mean by like, if you don't love a product, you can still use it. Because if you don't love a conditioner, you can use it to detangle your hair before you shampoo it.
Okay.
But conditioning then shampooing is a mad.
It's wild. I was gonna ask
Yeah,
you,
I'm just being honest.
I appreciate that.
what's a pre-poo? When a
That.
pre-shampoo? Oh, that's that.
Yeah, pre-shampoo
Okay.
treatment. So some brands have released products specific to that, but realistically, you can use oils, you can use conditioners, you can use. I really like honey. Like honey's I like
really?
adding
Yeah.
honey to my
Honey.
conditioners. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Isn't that tricky to wash out?
No, if you mix it into a conditioner.
Okay, mix it in.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of conditioners have started
glad
to
I
add it
asked.
as an ingredient now.
I
as
have
well.
noticed that.
But it's lovely.
Is it a type of honey?
No, I have noticed they've started to add that
Honey into
honey to their stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
conditioners,
products. Okay.
There's always like ingredients that trend every.
But what is that
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
good
Yeah,
for?
there is
It's a humectant, so it's really good for like attracting and keeping moisture in your hair.
Okay.
Really.
So like my hair just feels great when I
It looks
wash
great
it
to
out.
be fair.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try that. How did this business idea? I think this is such a sick idea. Because when the whole Peckham hair stuff happened, we were talking about online services that should exist and going to black-owned shops and all that kind of stuff. So it's absolutely fantastic that you're here. But how did you get this idea? Like, what sparked this idea?
Now that I look back, I feel like there's a few different things throughout my life that like led me to hair.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was always obsessed with hair, like love
Nice.
beauty, love hair. At a really young age, I learned how to do my own hair because my mum used to do it and I used to hate it. So she would do it, I would take it out and then do it myself.
Again, yeah.
And then when I got to secondary school, I used to charge my friends to like do
Look
their
at
hair at
that, an
lunchtime,
entrepreneur. I love
after
that.
school. So I was earning money that way. And then I had an internship in Beijing, and when I was there, I can't remember if I lost them or I ran out of products, but essentially I didn't have no hair products.
Okay.
And as you can imagine, that's the worst place on earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally the worst place on earth to run out of hair products as a black woman. So I had to go to a Russian supermarket, which was across the street from our apartment. I had to buy Head and Shoulders, some cheap gel, and a shoe brush because I couldn't find
anything for your edges. Yeah.
And don't have any pictures from that trip.
Because
it just exists in my memory because it looked mad.
Speaks to the situation.
Absolutely. And then I thought it's mad that if you're a black woman and you don't live in the US at the time, really, there's no access to products. And then, ironically, my next internship was in New York. Oh, no. And that was like the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Literally. Like, went to Target and I was like, there were literally aisles of products for black women. And there were pictures of like the founders of the brand, who were black women. And I was like, this is crazy.
They couldn't do that here. Because some of the founders of these products are questionable. They couldn't do that here. It ruined their market.
Yeah.
Ciao.
And then I looked back at the UK and I was like, we don't have that variety.
Yeah.
And I also noticed the business model when I was in New York as well, because there were subscription boxes for like dog food, sweets, ties, socks, makeup, hair. And I was like, this is sick, but we don't have nothing like this in the UK. So I pretty much said that if I don't see one kick off by the time I get back to the UK, then I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
So really long story short, that's what happened.
Okay. And how much research did you have to do for that? Like, did you see whether there was a gap in the market? Like, you knew that no one was doing it before you got here. But like, did you know that it would actually be something that people would purchase and stuff? People would sign up to?
I feel like I had a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
Because one, I knew that we didn't have enough products in the UK anyway to have any variety. Two, the like natural hair journey community was just kicking off in the UK and we didn't have a lot of the information. Three, I was kind of tired of like my friends and family always asking me like, Jamelia, which product should I be using? Okay. When I get these products, where should I? And I was like, one, I was sending them elsewhere to go and get them. And two, I kept having the same conversations. So I was like, there must be a more efficient way for me to make sure that people have the products that they need, but also have the information that they need.
Yeah.
So I had a good feeling about it, but business is business. Like, you don't know if it's going to work.
You don't know. Yeah.
Like, you can think there's a market, you can test the market, and it cannot really exist.
Yeah.
Or there might be limitations to it. So you're always learning, you're always developing.
Yeah.
And I just think there's no guarantees, really.
Yeah.
But I'd done as much as I could with what I had.
Yeah.
And there also wasn't any research that I could do on black consumers in the UK because there wasn't any documented. So all of the information that I was looking for only existed for African American women, not black British women.
Okay, yeah.
Which led us to 2 years ago, we released a white paper, and last year we released a trend report for black British consumers so that we actually have data about how much we spend and how we shop for beauty, because ahead of them there wasn't anything.
Yeah. That's so cool. I think that's such a sick idea. What are the contents of the box?
So the idea is that every box has your wash day.
Okay.
So our tagline is wash day delivered. So it should be a cleanser, a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, and then a styling product. And then occasionally we do like a bonus beauty product. Oh, nice. And every so often we do a different type of box. So our August box was an Ava Estelle takeover. Where it was like a full skincare experience, which some people loved, some people didn't. But, you know, we learn and grow.
But when you say a full skincare experience, so the box
wasn't hair care. That month, let me be really clear, just that month, it wasn't hair care. But every other month, it is like your full wash day. Okay. So, yeah, we're always trying something different to see what people want to try next, how to keep them curious, how to keep them tapped in. Yeah. But equally, we really want to make sure that they're trying really good brands with good ingredients by founders and companies that actually care about them.
And how do you collaborate with brands? Do you test them out yourself first?
Yeah, I try a lot of products. I get sent a lot of product. I'm not going to say that we try I don't try every single product that goes in the box, but we work with brands repeatedly. So for example, Ava Estelle, we've worked with them before. Okay. I've tried their products. I love them. So when they're like, hey, we're coming out with this, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. Okay.
Plant Made, haven't tried every single product, but they're like, hey, we've just released this mousse. Cool, let's do it. Yeah. Shea Moisture, same thing for all of the brands. So we at least one person in the team would have tried products from that brand before we commit to putting them in our boxes.
That's really, really cool.
How do you, I guess, take on customer feedback? So do customers come back to you and be like, oh, you know what, this particular thing didn't work? And maybe a lot of customers said this and maybe you kind of,
It's really important because it directs everything that we do. And one thing about black women is if we don't like it, we're going to say.
Okay.
And that definitely holds true. They will let you know. So we get emails, DMs, comments, literally everything. But that's useful to us. Yeah. And I think what is quite nice and is quite unique is that I don't take it personally because these are not my products.
Yes.
My job is to make you discover new products, and the feedback that you provide me, I pass on to the brands so that they can improve their product. So it's almost like in a slight way, we're like the middleman a lot of the time, whereby we're just making sure that women are getting a wide variety of products that they can try from a variety of different brands. And obviously any feedback that's related to our service, we take on board and implement. And equally, any feedback that's related to the products, we pass that on to the brand to be like, hey, box went well. This is what happened. These were the outcomes. This is the content. And this is what people thought.
Makes perfect sense to me.
So sick.
Sick, isn't it?
When did you start this?
November 2015.
Amazing.
Oh, so you've been going a while then.
That is a while.
Yeah,
well
in
done.
November we'll be celebrating 8 years, and that's why we opened our store in
Congratulations.
Birmingham. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's
Because I
amazing.
feel like I discovered you guys lockdown.
A lot of people discovered us in lockdown.
I kept on hearing you guys' name pop up on Clubhouse a lot.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm happy
There's
to
a
hear
lot of
that.
there's a lot of hair conflict on that app. It was days of conflict.
Yeah.
It was intense.
So I kept on hearing you guys' name a lot. So I don't know if maybe people worked in your team or maybe, I don't know.
To be
But
fair, that's
Imagine
I
being
love to hear that
consumers, you
because
know?
there were so many things going on that we tried to get on Clubhouse as a brand and we just couldn't make it happen. So I'm happy to hear that in our absence, the conversation
and
about
I
treasure
think,
tress is
I
still
think
going
that's one
on.
of the good things about Clubhouse when the hair conversations were going on because people were rightfully being dragged and they got the day they deserved. But I also liked that people like you would have had like be getting your flowers for what you were doing kind of thing. I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
So so what made you then? Because with the report you published last year, when did you start doing that? When did you start working on that?
So we've been collecting feedback since day one.
Okay.
And I just didn't realise how valuable it was until I
Okay.
started speaking to one of my friends, Maz, who runs an agency called Translate Culture.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, I want to I'm really frustrated that there's not data on this. Like, do you think we can do something with this?
Yeah.
And he was like, let's pull together all the data that you have and let's build a report. And so said, so done. We done it.
Where's that available?
Sorry, say that again.
So where is that available?
On our website.
All right.
Yeah, so if you scroll to the bottom, it will say TT White Paper and TT Trend Report, or you can just Google it and it will come up.
That's really cool. What's been like one of the most challenging thing about what you do? Or a few challenging things, to be fair.
Few.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
let's go with that. The first thing had to be the idea itself.
Yeah.
Because not only are we massively the minority in this country, but two, brands weren't used to investing in running large marketing campaigns, sampling to Black women. It was like completely new.
Yeah.
So not only did I not have any relationships in the beauty scene, because I was actually working in finance before I started Treasure Tress.
Okay.
And I was
You
working
can tell
in
you've
finance.
been hustling since school, girl. You can tell. I love that.
I was working in finance while I started Treasure Tress. For like 8 months, there was a bit of an overlap. And so I was forging these new relationships, but I was also trying to sell them an idea that they'd never even considered, especially not for Black women and especially not for Black women in the UK.
Yeah.
So that was really, really tough, getting the idea out there, getting brands on board, pitching to brands. Obviously time management because I was working full time and launching the business. And then so many things. Building a team is really tough.
Yeah.
I feel like building a founding team is probably one of the easier stages.
Yeah.
Whereby you're like attracting people to the brand. Everyone's excited. Everyone's all in. But then as your company matures, trying to find the right talent, hold on to the right talent, let go of the wrong talent, attract new talent. That is really, really challenging. And humans are very complex. So
Girl, who are you telling?
so that's definitely a challenge.
Did you raise
And
your voice
then-
at any time?
Say that again?
Did you raise your voice whilst as you going
Let's
through
ask about
those challenging
non-verbal
times?
communication.
I'm not really a raised voice type person, you know.
Love that.
No, I can get an attitude, but it just doesn't come out in that way.
Yeah.
So I'm not an angel by any means, but I just don't really raise
You
my
in
voice.
white though, say girl. You just...
So that's a challenge. And then like understanding business because this is actually my first time ever starting a business.
Look how successful it is. 8 years later. I love that. really good.
To be fair, me and my friend had a blog back in the day and we registered it on Company's House. I don't know why, because we weren't making any money, so that doesn't count. But my first business that actually like it was an exchange of service and money. This is it. And so that comes with a lot of like lessons that you learn only by trying and by doing things that don't work and by like trying to educate yourself. And I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs where my parents could be like, oh, Jamelia, do this, do that. So it's very much figuring it out for myself. So I would say that that's definitely a challenge. And the fact that Black women are massively underrepresented in business. Not because we don't start them, but just because we don't get the funding and support that everyone else does. So yeah, a few things.
That's really everything has been leading you up to the point.
Yeah.
Like when you speak about it, everything was getting in line for you to get to where you are.
Yeah, and I genuinely feel like business is a really good way to like just work on yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I don't think people treasure enough, that like running a business, building a team, like overcoming things really builds your character and really forces you to develop as a person. So even if you just start a business as a personal development exercise, it actually works because your ego will get checked every single time, your humility every single time, your people skills, your money management.
You're gonna give me a migraine, sir.
Sorry.
Not taking things personally.
You agree then, do you, Brent?
Personally, taking critical feedback.
Yeah.
Criticism.
Honestly, a lot gets challenged, and I think ultimately it makes you a better person.
I love that.
Do you see yourself as doing a good service for Black people overall? Because obviously, like in terms of me personally, I believe that the condition of Black people, especially in this country, will be better if there's more Black businesses, right? Do you kind of share the same sentiment, and do you see yourself playing an important role in that?
I would like to think so. Yeah, for sure. I think you're completely right. No one knows what we need as much as we do. And that's not to say that the only people that can buy from us are us.
Exactly.
I do believe that Black businesses should try to serve everyone as much as they can because there's a lot of money to be made. But I do believe that no one knows us like us. And so a lot of the things that we do, it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. So last year we opened a store in Birmingham New Street Station.
Nice.
We were next door to Five Guys. We called it Seven Girls. There's a bit of banter. They didn't find it funny. We did. And everyone was coming in like, this is incredible. And I remember like this group of young Black guys coming in. They were like, why, like, what is this? And we were like, oh, it's a hair shop. Like, you get to build your own box. We can help you. And they were like, but why did you spend so much on the decor? And we were like, but why not? Like,
It attracted you here. Here you are standing here talking to us.
This is it. But
You
like,
did what was intrigued you to come in.
Yeah.
as Black people, why would we not? Like, why would I not invest in a space that is for us?
This is it.
That elevates our expectations of the services that we expect. Because the Peckham thing was shocking, but really, as a Black woman, it wasn't that shocking.
It wasn't.
Because you know what happens in hair shops. You know how you get treated in
Absolutely.
hair shops. So if we have the opportunity to change our expectations and just elevate them, because when we're buying makeup, we're not going to a dusty counter to buy makeup. We're going Selfridges. We're going Harvey Nicks. Like we're going to the most elite places.
Exactly.
So why don't we have elite places for our hair as well? I think there's a lot in it. Basically.
Yeah, even to make that comment, because it's like, but we'll be the first ones to criticize. Oh, Black businesses don't do this, or
Don't
the
invest in
customers
themselves,
not this.
Yeah.
We'll be so critical. So
Yeah.
to even ask that question, I think, yeah.
But I do think people are getting used to it. Because even when we returned to Birmingham this year, everyone was like, yes, you're back. Like, great. And another amazing concept. But equally, so many Black brands are doing pop-ups now and everyone is elevating every single time.
Yeah.
And
A lot
like,
of pop-ups,
the
especially
bar
summer.
is, the bar is
Even like
continually rising.
Ruka Hair when they did it in Westfield,
yeah.
that
They
was so
activate-
good.
That was really
Yeah,
good.
like the game, we're not playing games anymore.
I love that.
And I think it's excellent.
Yeah. So when are you going to be in Birmingham? So people know.
We're in Birmingham now. We launched mid-October. No, when did we launch? Mid-September. No, we
September.
launched at the end of September. 23rd of September is when we opened.
Okay, nice.
And we're staying open till mid-November / the end of the year. Say slash because
lovely.
we don't want people to be lazy and wait till the end of the year.
Yes,
So
it's
just
true,
keep
trust me.
mid-November in mind.
So how come it was Birmingham and not London?
So we've done Peckham before. Interestingly, Peckham was our first pop-up, and it was actually a shutdown. Like there was actually a queue all the way down the road and around.
Love
And
that.
the hair shop owners were like, "What's going on?" Like they literally kept coming, like, "What? Like, are you permanent?" And we were only there for the
Look at
weekend.
on Chris's face. He's like, yes.
We were only there for the weekend.
Music to my ears.
After Peckham, we done Shoreditch. After Shoreditch, we done London Bridge. Then it was lockdown, so we done online. And then I was like, look, I want to do something different. London's great, but there's a lot of events.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think we always show appreciation
For other parts.
for
of
events
this
and like how much
England.
creativity goes
Yeah.
into experiences like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I was like, let's go to another city which we've not shown up in, but equally means a lot to me because I went to uni there, and see what we can create. And last year was a really good indication that like, not only are they super appreciative of like the effort that went into the aesthetics of it, they really came out and spent their money.
That's it.
And they really brought their friends and family.
Oh, that's
like
beautiful.
even men, I remember these two twins, they came in, one brother came in, bought boxes, then another one came in the next day and I was like,
Did I just
Same
see
person.
yesterday?
They were like, no, my brother came in, and then they came in the next day and brought like 5 boxes for their cousins and their
that's so
sisters.
sick.
Then they come in the next time with their friends, and I was like, I've not seen that repeat custom in London.
Yeah, and see,
Like,
yeah.
London are saying they're getting 1 box and they're saying I'm coming back here, and then
You don't hear from them.
you're
till
shut
next
down.
year.
It's finished because you
next
moved
pop-up.
on. Exactly. So
Yeah.
Birmingham, I feel like they really come out and they show up, and yeah, they mean what they say when they say support black businesses.
Love
I
that.
love that.
Love
That's so
that.
wholesome. So earlier you mentioned as well about like the interview you had to do and for the panel and judges.
Yeah.
So that was to do with Lloyds Bank and Channel 4 and getting some funding. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah.
Like the application process, all of that stuff.
Sure. So we thankfully won 100k worth of TV advertising with Channel
that.
4, Lloyds Bank, Jammy, there's one more company, and yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
etc.
Oh my god,
We
the
continue.
names left me. Anyway, Akil runs it, right? And yeah, it was the first time that I'd actually applied for anything because for so long my head has just been like, just focus on the business, grow the business. I don't really have time to do the applications and the many stages.
Yeah.
And then I was like, do you know what? Let me just try and see what happens. And I think there was also a little bit of me that just didn't want to be rejected if I did try and it didn't work out.
There is always that.
So I feel like by not applying for some things, I was kind of protecting myself from that.
Yeah.
But I was like, do you know what? Let me try it and let me actually document the process. So I recorded pretty much every stage and shared it on like Instagram and TikTok. But the first round was a written application, which was quite thorough. The second round was
How many
savage.
words was the written application?
It wasn't that long, you know. I think every field was like 250 words or something like that. But the second round was tough. Have you ever done a video interview where there's not someone else on the other side?
and
You're
you have
just-
to record. Yes, it's
I have.
so awkward.
It's so awkward.
I was like,
It's so awkward.
they were like, just do the second round. It will take you 10 minutes. Why did it take me 5 hours?
Yes, it never takes
delete, record,
re-record,
I spent
re-record.
about an hour per question because I'd watch it back and I'd be like, no, I don't
No,
like the way
no,
my
that's
face looks.
exactly.
Because you're literally looking at yourself thinking, why does my face look like this? No.
Let's try again. I said a bit too much.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go back
yeah.
again.
Why am I talking like that?
I
Why
think
am I
one of the
breathing
most
like
Why
annoying
my
that?
ways
hands-
interview. Yes, it's one of the most annoying ways to interview.
Yeah.
I hate those
Yeah.
so much.
That was intense. I was like, that was harder than any of the other stages.
Yeah.
So I done that stage, spent 5 hours on it, was meant to spend 10 minutes on it, and got through to the next round.
Nice.
And then the final round was in-person presentation.
Okay.
And it was a pitch, but they didn't give you any direction. They said, just show up the best way that you can that represents your business.
Really.
So you could have done a presentation, you could have done a dance, who knows? Like you literally could have done anything. And so I thought, okay, I didn't really want to do it by myself. So I asked our COO and our creative director to come with me so that we could pitch together.
Yeah.
And essentially we done a presentation showing, I think we started off with a Channel 4 ad that I really liked, which was the Meet the Superhumans ad.
Okay.
And it was for the Paralympics. And it basically just showed differently abled people doing different sports.
Yeah.
And it was like the imagery, it was the sound, it was really, really impactful. So we led with that, and then I really wanted us to focus on the fact that the language that we use to describe black hair, textured hair, mixed race hair, multicultural hair is really negative.
Yeah.
And so I featured an image of an ad that went live in South Africa in 2020, and it had straight hair and the title was normal hair, and then like textured hair, and it was dry, damaged, brittle hair.
Wow.
And I thought that is that's not dissimilar from the way that we talk about people who are differently abled.
Yeah.
Like the language that we use to describe people that are differently able is similar to the language that we use to describe hair that belongs to us.
Yeah.
Like why is it always dry, damage? Like why? And why is straight hair considered normal hair?
The normal
Yeah.
hair, yeah.
So I took them down that route. Also brought up the first ever Apple advert that went live in the super. What's it called again? Super Bowl.
Oh, Super Bowl, yeah.
The first ever Apple ad in the Super Bowl, drew some parallels there, showed them what we had planned for the rest of the year. We had also just one billboard space across Birmingham and London.
Oh, nice.
So we showed them that and some of the visuals for that. And then, said that we're ready to create something iconic with them because we take aesthetics very seriously. And as I said, everyone was on board, minus them two black men.
Yeah, no, but those two black men, I think about it now, they would have been so impressed.
Yeah,
But they didn't want to show it.
Yeah.
Because I'm impressed.
One of them, I knew he was rooting for us, but he was giving me a hard time. He really was. But I know he had good intentions. And I think the other one was just trying to understand the business model because to him it was brand new.
Okay. Do you know how many people like applied and stuff?
Over 1,000 people applied, and then there were 5 winners.
That's amazing.
By the way, yeah, you know that was the same thing that we were talking about on the show. Remember that when I was saying to black business?
Yes. Oh, that was what you were
that's the
talking
same
about.
thing,
I was sick. Yeah, because he talked about it in People's Journal and telling people with businesses to apply it.
Yeah. I think what's really interesting is they're also doing masterclasses on how to write effective applications and those kind of things. So I think even if you didn't make it to the final round, there's still so much learning to be done. Yeah. And you practice and you just get better each and every time. So yeah, I'll just keep applying and keep trying new things.
That's so cool. What pressures do you feel? Because I feel like the black hair is a thing. Like it's a thing.
It's political.
It's political. Do you get me? So do you ever feel any pressures with the business, with anything, even if it's just teaming up with a brand or something? Do you just feel any pressure for what it is that you're doing and how political black hair is anyway?
I feel more responsible than I do pressure.
Okay.
So I feel very responsible that, like, things happen. Like, there have been times when we've partnered with a brand, the box has gone live, and then the brand's done something mad, and I've been like, what are you doing? Like, because now this makes me look bad because I've made the decision to partner with you.
Yeah.
So I do feel responsible for the brands that we choose to collaborate with and the way that they conduct themselves. And then for me, myself, I think about it more in terms of, like, my close community and my nieces. So I always just think, like, what am I showing them?
Yeah.
So even down to little things, like, me personally, I do love how I look with straight hair, but I don't straighten my hair often. Because I'm like, how can I say to my niece, like, oh, no, your hair's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then, and so I know that that's paying dividends because both of them really love their hair in its natural state. And to be honest, all of my nieces really love their hair. So I feel responsible in that regard to, like, what is the image that I'm portraying, especially to younger women, to younger girls. And then equally from a B2B perspective, like, who are we working with and how do we make sure that it serves the wider purpose and the wider community as opposed to just our bottom line?
That's such a real thing, you know, because that's something that I've thought about as well in terms of, like, obviously I wear wigs, but I'm always in braids or natural hair, like, because again, I wanted my little sister and my niece just to, like, appreciate their natural beauty, even with makeup as well. Like, I wouldn't always wear makeup when I'm going out. And my sister would be like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going out, like, with my friends. So sometimes she'll see me glammed up and sometimes she doesn't see me glammed up. But that's to let her know that you're beautiful and you can go. You don't need to subscribe to, you know, society's standards. I think that's such an important thing.
It is, and it's something that I'm intentional about because I remember how I felt at that age.
Yes.
And I felt like there was genuinely something wrong with me because I was looking at magazines, I was looking at TV.
Yeah,
and
you weren't seeing yourself?
No, not at all. And I was getting so frustrated with my hair. And even when I decided to start straightening my hair, it was because I felt really childish with my hair in its natural state. And I thought if I have straight hair, then I'll look more grown up.
Yeah.
And growing up, I was like the last one to develop, the last one to get tall. Like, I was just such a late bloomer that I just wanted something that made me
you
look,
feel grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I used to equate straight hair with beauty. And like straight hair with maturity. And so it's almost like I had to undo that in my own head as well, that, like, just because your hair's straight doesn't make you beautiful, or your hair doesn't have to be straight for you to be beautiful. And it can still be beautiful in its natural state.
That's funny you say that because I used to think that about braids. I used to think I would associate that with my childhood. So in my teens and, like, college, even uni, I was just like, I'm not doing it because I'm just thinking I'll look like a little kid. So I just never really did it. I only went back to braids, like, lockdown forced me to go back to braids.
Really?
I feel like lockdown forced a lot of black women to do a lot of things.
To be honest,
plan to
I
do
cried.
with their hair.
I cried.
Really?
Because I'm DIY. I can't do DIY.
It's a lot.
It was a lot for me.
It's a lot.
I broke down.
It's a lot.
We literally got emails like, help. I
No.
don't know what to do. I've never done my hair before. Other women were like, look, I'm cutting off my hair because I can't do it.
I know a few people did that.
Because you know what it is, it comes back to the language. It's about how we speak about our hair. Like, black hair is always like, oh, black hair is hard to deal with. It's tough to deal with. Like, even that language of, like, oh, it's our hair is just hard to deal with. It's so bad because we actually end up manifesting that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, like, it's actually not hard. It's just different. Like, you're trying to treat it the same way that you saw those white girls in the Head and Shoulders and you can't treat their hair. It's not the same.
You can't wash your hair, shower, and be at work in 10 minutes time. Man, you can't do that.
It's not the same, and that's not right or wrong. Like,
it.
It's just different, and so we just need to treat it differently. But we haven't had the tools to do that.
Yeah.
But thankfully now we do.
The more hair black women talk about hair, in different settings and whatnot. Like, the more I understand, it's a spiritual thing.
It's spiritual thing.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's such a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Because
It's
even
not just hair.
even I do this thing, basically. So whenever I get braids and stuff done, right, whenever my hair starts to get a little bit messy, I start to feel ugly.
Same.
Like this morning when I sat
Yeah.
here, because I'm to be fair with wigs anyway. Like I get tired of wigs anyway. I'm more of a braids. I like to wake up in my beauty and be like, oh, here I am, kind of thing. So this morning I literally messaged my auntie. I was like, please, tomorrow, please. But like with my hair, like I'm trying to deal with that because I literally associate so much beauty with my hair.
Yeah.
And it's so unhealthy. And so I grew up in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you had to have your hair done. And I think this is where the neatness thing comes from. And I just realized that in real time just now, actually. But in Nigeria, we'd have to get a hairstyle called out for us every single week. So every week we'd have to have a new hairstyle.
Wait, what do you mean?
So in my school,
Choosing
so
boarding
school.
it's like at school. So at school, all the girls will have the same hairstyle.
Okay.
And so, because in Nigeria, like they're very big on neatness. Like your socks gets checked, your uniform gets checked, your nails get checked. Like you get checked hygiene. Like hygiene is a big thing that is talked about in schools and stuff like that.
Okay.
So with our hair, it's part of what makes us presentable, and you don't look rough. Like it makes you presentable. So
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, that's where my whole neatness thing. Because when I get my hair done, after like 2 weeks, I'm like, yeah, it's time to take my braids out. And mom's always like to me,
That's
what are you
me.
like? Your hair's fine, and I'm like, no, it's so messy.
No, I'm the same.
And all
Yeah,
it is
that's
just
me.
it's
It's
just
little-
like just little baby hairs.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm the same.
the baby hairs, the girls go to the shop and say to leave out. I always say don't leave out no baby hairs because it would naturally come out, kind of thing. But literally after 2 weeks, I'm changing my hair. I spent so much money on hair. It's actually stupid because I'm always changing my hair, kind of thing. And I realized that also was affecting the growth and whatever else and all that kind of stuff. But literally, there's so like the hair stuff. It's so deep.
It is.
No, it is.
It's crazy. Like it
really
literally,
is.
and my mind is so consumed by what I'm gonna do to my hair next. Like I don't think people understand. Like I've cried because I'm like I don't know what to do next
No way.
because it feels overwhelming. Because I'm like I don't know what to do next with my hair. It's mad.
Yeah, no, lockdown for me was
It's crazy.
disaster.
You're a disaster.
I don't feel like men feel the same way about their hair unless like you start messing up their hairlines and the barbers. That's the only time it gets
You feel
touchy.
what
for
they,
men.
And you not
I've-
can't cheat on your barber.
Well, some men will. Do you know what I mean?
Cheat on
Some men
everything
will.
else though.
If they can't get no.
I'm doing non-verbal communication. So.
Jesus.
That was very verbal.
I know, it's very verbal. No, some men will go.
My
to
bad, I
the-
thought I said it in my head. As you're working,
Yeah,
blacking.
no, some men will go to different barbers if they can't get a haircut. But
No, I feel like you lot with the you lot's beard situation is a thing
Yeah.
though now. No,
yeah, nah, it weren't that.
It
so,
wasn't
so long
before.
ago.
I feel like I like the men that have to grow out their beards during lockdown.
Yeah, but I feel like men. I think as of recent, men are starting to really take more pride in their hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I
I think hair does play a role in how black men see themselves as well.
I
Because
believe that.
a lot of black men relax their hair.
that's
in
more
the
of a
past.
French
Isn't that the
thing.
French
Oh,
guys?
yeah,
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 No,
yeah.
but even in
Africans,
the UK
You
and
reckon?
and America, like texturize their hair to
Yeah,
make
that's
them
true.
have a
America,
looser.
yeah,
That's true.
definitely America.
I'll be so
yeah.
honest here, and I don't know if this is anti-black, and forgive me if it is, yeah, but you see, men with permed hair is the funniest. I just cannot. I
no,
can't.
it's not anti-black. It's disgraceful.
I can't.
It's
I,
actually disgraceful.
I
You know
feel
what?
really
I
bad
can't
for
deal with
them.
it.
It's the French footballers. That's where that.
I look like Al Sharpton and flipping. Who's the other little man, Cat Williams? What are we doing
It's
here?
wild.
No, but
It's an identity.
yeah, that's their.
issue.
that's
Oh,
their
definitely an
thing.
identity
That's his
issue.
thing.
Yeah, they're like they don't. Yeah, they're
And then,
struggling
they
with
came,
their
and
identity.
then they came with the bleach blonde.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Girl.
right, and the contact lenses. But I do think that black men. I do think that black men do
Sound
think
bad.
about their hair a lot more now.
Yeah.
100%.
And I love seeing black
I
men
love
just
that.
feel free with their hair to grow it
Yeah.
out to like do what they want to do.
yeah. I feel like that's definitely a good thing. I feel like we're seeing black men care about self-care, like the women
Yeah.
have always done, like skincare.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get these guys on SPF or skincare. We're already there, which is a great thing. Do you know what I mean? Like we're seeing men care about even like the beards, like caring about their beards and like asking if products are good for their beards and
Beards,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I love that. It's really, really wholesome, man.
Yeah, we're trying.
Progress.
Some of us are trying. We're trying.
What do you use on your beard?
Beard oil and another oil,
What do you use on your skin?
coconut oil.
Okay.
Yeah, not too much, but yeah, I don't want to put too much products on my skin.
Right.
But yeah,
Have you tried temples yet?
no.
should try it.
Good? Is it good? You recommend
Sample's
it?
good,
Yeah,
man.
they did.
Sample's good.
Mark came in here glowing and all
Have you
sorts.
tried it? What you Brett? You tried it?
We had Raf on the show.
He came on the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mark
big
came
up
in here
Temple.
looking like an angel the next day. Glowing all over the
I'll
place.
try. I'll take a recommendation. Anything
try
for a
it.
bit of self-care, you know?
Love it.
Let me ask you about pricing and affordability. Right. I don't know how much is it for the box anyway?
£25 if you get the monthly box, and
That's
then
really good.
the pricing changes dependent on the duration. So like if you receive it every other month, £33, and then the price goes up.
Ah, okay. So, like, was that a consideration for you when, obviously, it's business, so you would think about that. But in terms of your demographic, was that something that you considered, like, factored into the cost? Or was it just more so like, this is a great product, this is something that I believe the people will pay for?
That's a really good question. I feel as though there was like an expectation of how much people pay for subscription boxes that were pretty much like the benchmark. But equally, when it is time to raise prices or like pricings differently, it is a consideration, which I think is a good and a bad thing. I think it's a good thing in that obviously we're very mindful of the community that we serve, but equally, I don't want to undervalue the community that we serve. Like when it comes to spending, we know how to spend money,
100%.
and especially on
beauty.
beauty.
Oh, honey.
So yeah, it's always like a bit of a push and a pull, but we do consider, but equally we don't underestimate how much as a demographic we spend on beauty, on products. Like we're very big consumers, aren't we?
And that's why I don't get the whole complaint about it costs more
In
to
what
go
in
to-
the black
in
it's
the
a black
black-
owned
and I'm
hair
just
shop
like-
to,
But some of you are spending £500 on a bus down.
Literally.
So if you could spend £500 on a bus down,
baby
you,
girl, you can add the extra pound.
You
But that's
for the
fine.
damn shampoo.
I do think that there's something in it though. I think there's a lot of like esteem wrapped up in our hair, and I just don't think we value it as highly as we value other things, which is why we're not willing to spend that extra £3 at a black owned institution to buy hair care, but we can spend however much on jewelry, on clothes, on trainers, on cars. I think there's something about us not valuing our
so
hair as
it's-
much as we should.
And that's, do you know what that's actually it.
it's true.
Because you kind of spend more money on stuff that you value.
Honestly, and even down to like how much women spend on wigs versus complaining about going to a black owned hair shop. It makes sense.
It doesn't make sense to me, to be honest with you.
Like you're literally comparing hundreds to a couple of pounds.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. But I think that there is something in that that we as a people need to consider.
No.
How do you think we can change that generationally?
I think it is improving.
Yeah.
The thing that I've been saying the most recently is that we just need to get more organized. And I don't feel, I'm not saying like organized as in start protesting.
Yeah.
I'm saying as a people, we need to think about our hair in the same way that we think about other things.
Yeah.
So for example, if I know it's my friend's birthday in 2 weeks and I want a new outfit, I'm going online this week to order the outfit.
Yeah.
If you know you want to have your hair in a braid out, twist out, wash and go bun next week, go online today and
Yes.
order the products online today. Don't wait until the day and then run to your local hair shop in a panic. Like, just be all more organized.
To be fair, you
Be
are
more
right.
considered.
That's true.
You are right, but some of us, the spirit does lead.
The last
Like
minute
I'm
dot com.
very like
Spontaneous.
The hair just I'm very spontaneous. Like I literally woke up this morning, 5 a.m. whilst reading the Word of God. I said I want twists, and I was like I can't message her at this time. It's rude. So literally, I messaged her when I got here. James said some of us are very like spontaneous with that, but you are right. We can be more organized.
Yeah, even if you just make sure that like at home you've got like, you know, it's the same way you don't know what you're going to cook, but you've still got all of your seasoning.
Yes.
Just make sure you got all of your things for your hair.
And think about it actually, when it comes to even fashion, yeah, sometimes if someone called you to go out tonight, you'll be able to find an outfit because you've
got
been buying
options.
stuff
Yeah.
that you've been keeping kind of thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, it's true, because I'll be setting calendars, like I've got calendar reminders of when my next trim needs to be.
Yeah.
So I've put
That's
the
really
dates.
Exactly.
So I
Organised.
literally calculate, and then also within that, any social gatherings,
It just tally up.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I need to
Time it correctly.
I time it correctly,
Yep.
so I know
Yeah.
that's when I'm going to.
That is a word.
I think it just makes sense. And I mean, not to brag, but those that do subscribe to Treasure Tress
There we go.
do literally have like
No,
a
brag.
cupboard worth of products.
Nice.
And anything that you need, you just open your cupboard and you get what
Yeah.
you need, because you won't run out of hair products because you're constantly being sent them.
Yeah.
And equally, if you need to pause at any time or you need to cancel at any time, you can. You're not tied
can
into
do
a
that.
contract. So, yeah.
Are there different brands every month?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what did we do? I think we done Ava Estelle, which was a skincare box. Then we done Pattern, which is the Tracy Ellis Ross brand.
Oh, nice. Oh, you know that's it.
Mhm. And then the next box was Carol's daughter. And then this month's box is Plant Made.
Nice.
And then next month is a surprise. I can't ruin it.
Love that. What was pattern like? Oh, sorry.
Oh, exceptional.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not paid to say it, honestly. It's one of my favorite
because you know what it is? It's one of those ones I look at
think
with
it's
that
not gonna
mindset where I'm like,
you think it's not gonna
It's
work for you
Tracy's
because
hair
Tracy doesn't
texture.
have. That's what everyone says. No, it's exceptional, and it's so
Really?
considered. They've got, for example, their conditioner. They've got a lightweight conditioner, a medium conditioner, and an intensive conditioner.
Okay.
My preference is the intensive because it's like thick and like
Okay.
will really do things for your hair. Lightweight is for those who have more like wavy, maybe looser curls and don't want
Okay.
something weighing down their hair.
Okay.
Or you might have like type 4 hair, but your strands are really fine and it gets
Yeah.
weighed down easily. You would use the lightweight one.
yeah.
So I personally love it as a brand. It's probably it's definitely in my top 2 conditioners that I
Really?
use.
Oh wow.
And I make sure that I always have a supply of it at home.
Do you know when I think about it though? Because when I think about Tracy Ellis Ross, like she's one of my favorite. Like, you know when people say if you could be anybody, who you want to be, whose life you want to have, it's Tracy's. Sis is just a mood, a vibe, and everything. And when I think about when it comes to natural hair, she has always publicly embraced natural. I'm sure she's got her own journey with it.
Always has.
When you think about Girlfriends, that
Her
time on
hair
TV,
was exceptional.
her hair was always natural. You know, for
But
the
she said
most
that's
part,
where
it
the
was
idea
natural.
came from. She said that she's
Really?
been working on the formulation for 10 years.
Sick.
Because every time she was on set, no one knew what to do with her hair.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the right product for her hair. And so she released Pattern. And yeah, it's a beautiful brand.
It can be a brand. I'm gonna try it. Off your
You
recommendation, I'm
must.
gonna try it.
You must. To be fair, we're launching online build your own box.
Okay, nice.
In like 2 weeks.
Oh,
so you can
lovely.
go online and you can build your own box and choose the products that you want, and there'll be
Okay.
some pattern in there as well.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see
'cause
that. I
gonna
like.
ask- Yeah.
See, I like that because I'm really
Picky.
yeah.
You want control over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
you're gonna. Are you,
But then I was gonna say, yeah, do you kind of miss out potentially on all those
on a good
surprises?
project, right?
You
Yeah.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
You miss out on trying things that you perhaps
Yeah, that you
wouldn't have
wouldn't.
considered.
Because that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is every month a surprise?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a
Oh.
surprise.
Yeah, no, see that gives me anxiety.
No, but you're gonna miss out,
Like, you're
man.
actually
Fair.
stressed as well.
Do you know what some people do? Some people have a subscription. They have it on pause. They wait for the box to come out, and then
Oh,
they
they're like,
email
okay,
it.
yeah, give us
can I
one of
have
those.
that? And then we're like, okay.
And I cannot lie to you. That's why I've never like subscribed because I'm just like, well, first of all, I don't do DIY, so that was one main thing. But then I was just like, when I obviously heard that it's new products every time, I'm just like, I can't do
keep
this.
up.
I can't do
keep
this
up, honey.
because I feel like it's just the products are just gonna be sitting there and I won't try them. Really? Yeah. Because obviously, obviously they say your scalp is basically like your skin, and I have like my skin is very sensitive.
Okay.
So I don't
So
like
Which
trying.
brand do you use at the salon?
So at the minute, I'm using Mael.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
So I literally I just stick with that literally, and it works. Like I don't have any problems. Before that, I was using ORS, and I realized it's not ORS from back in the day.
Yeah, they changed their
They've changed.
formula. I
Have
hate
you
when they
tried
do
Design
that.
Essentials as yet?
No.
I think you would like that brand.
Okay.
What brand?
Design Essentials. It's
Okay.
black owned as well.
Okay. Okay.
But it's like a big professional brand based
Okay.
out of Atlanta. I think you
Okay.
would like them. Like really clean ingredients. The main line is almond and avocado.
Yeah. See, I done a lot of
Love
my
avocado.
own products. Yeah.
Avocado,
So
yeah.
yeah. So
Like
I
it.
just. So I'm like, once I stick with it, it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So for me to like start, I can't, again, maybe because I don't do DIY, I'm not about to be going to the hairdressers and, oh yeah, try this.
Yeah.
And then,
It's so
I feel like you're
funny
missing
'cause-
out on so much.
Yeah, man.
I know because we're on the opposite spectrum. Because I'm here like, oh, I love a surprise box. Like, what do I have today?
not me, boy.
Literally, we describe it as like Christmas. You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, you actually know what you're gonna get.
So you're like a hair whisperer. You've just looked at her and said, try this thing. Look at him and do that.
Okay.
I can't see his hair.
This is
Oh, the beard part.
What products do you use at the moment?
Oh yeah, do you, yeah.
Plant made.
Love it.
Okay.
Big up Plant Mates.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't use it all the time.
Okay.
So-
What do you use in between?
Yeah, it's just normal like face cream, innit?
Your beards?
Yeah, because I don't have a beard like
Cocoa
Rich,
butter.
you know what I'm saying? So my beard is just there because I haven't shaved it. It's not because like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not intentionally trying to go.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean?
not the
I
aesthetic.
ain't got them jeans. You know what I mean? For like a
No, that's full. Because I've seen some. I don't mean to be rude, but that's a beard.
one side is not really. You know what I'm saying? This side is, you
What
know
about
what I mean?
your hair? On Plant Made is the product they use for your hair and
yeah,
your hair.
pretty much, yeah.
I mean, big up black owned brands. I'm not gonna.
Oh,
try
Yeah,
to
do you only like have black brands,
No.
or is it just a mixture?
a mixture of brands
Okay.
that cater to and appreciate black consumers.
Okay, lovely.
But when we do a black owned brand, we put some extra
love into that box.
Makes sense.
Okay. Is it intentional for you to because you don't just do black owned, but is it more intentional push to do the black owned stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If we could choose, we would 12 boxes go out a year. All 12 boxes would be black owned brands.
Okay.
But where it is about variety,
mix it up.
unless there's consistently new ranges and new products being released, there's just not enough.
Makes sense.
But equally, like some brands are just good.
Yeah.
Like even so many black women are discovering Olaplex now. Like Olaplex is actually
Yes,
good.
I've been hearing that.
Like it's not bad.
You know, I've heard about them from a very long time. Maybe because I was always at the hairdressers and they was there.
Yeah, they were there.
They're always there. So I already knew about them anyway.
Yeah.
So the fact that you just get people just quite catching on now is strange to me because obviously I guess I'm always used to
But
seeing
it's
it.
like a
It's 'cause you're a
trend though.
salon babe.
Right now it's a trend.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend.
And it kind of came in on like a luxury,
You're
black girl
funny.
luxury type of trend.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Why am I funny? What did I
Because
do?
you saw that I was waiting for my turn. And you're like, that's not what we do
First of all,
here.
that's not what I did.
Because you looked at me and you smiled. Because you knew I was
No,
waiting.
because I knew you were going to be, I don't know what, I thought you was going for your head.
No,
but
it's not.
just
No,
seems to
it's not around.
Go on.
But isn't it dangerous to keep changing what works? You're saying it's like once every month you get something new to change around. Why am I looking for variety if it is? I know this is what keeps my skin nice, if it keeps my hair nice. Why am I changing it up?
I'll make it nicer.
But it's different people, isn't it? Like that's your perspective. You've discovered the products that work for you, which means that we would have done our job in helping you find the products that work for you, and then you can continue to receive those products. Whereas if you like the surprise, for me, I like the surprise. Like I get sent products all of the time. I try new products all of the time, and I'm always just curious. Like, okay, how does this ingredient work?
Yeah.
Oh, what's this brand doing? Is this brand as good as everyone makes out? Like, do I like this fragrance? Do I not? I'm curious, and so it's more for the curious subscriber, the curious consumer, or for the consumer that just needs a little bit of guidance. And so you'll try products, and then you'll figure out what works for you, and then you'll stick with those
Yeah,
products.
curious to kill a cat though. But so, does it take the 3 weeks of you using it to be able to see the change though? How would you know that it's locked in?
You can tell, like if you
Like
wash
straight
your
away.
hair.
Yeah, how
Almost
you
immediately,
you can
if
tell
you
your
wash your
response,
hair and it doesn't feel the way that you're used to it feeling, or even if like you're trying to gel and your hair's not slicking the way you like it to slick, or your curls aren't curling the way you like them to curl, you can tell that okay, this might not be the brand for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can tell almost instantaneously if you're trying
You
to
can
do
tell the bad
something-
brand straight away, boy.
Yeah. And if you're trying to do something like reverse heat damage or something that's like quite difficult to do, if you can even do it, because most of the time you just have to cut it off. That could take a little bit longer, but that's not necessarily what you would use the box for. You should go to a professional for that.
Okay.
If you're trying to figure out which products work for you, if you've got kids and you want to make sure that you're finding the right products for them, you don't run out of products, you want that ease, that's what the box is for.
Beautiful. Do you have a top 3? Are you allowed to do that?
I'm not allowed to do that.
But we don't one of them.
I'm messing up my own bag.
Sorry, as a provider of brands, do you reckon the black community will ever have like a shop that rivals PAX? Considering that PAX had the hair game in the chokehold
Since I was a
for, like,
kid.
for
I'm gonna
time.
remove this. I'm gonna remove this from this stream.
Yeah.
Somehow.
You don't what?
I'll try and
Wait, edit this out.
Wow.
So I didn't hear you. Say that again. What did you say?
Yeah, because they might say you're silencing him. So don't do that.
No, go on. What did you say?
I'm not a fan of PAX.
Oh, you're not a fan of PAX?
No.
Well, most people ain't, but you know.
Yeah, I think the thing that we don't realise, I'm not going to speak about any hair shops specifically, but the thing that we don't realise
Businesswoman, love it.
about hair shops is that it's a real estate game. It's not anything else. We've been perceiving it as like, oh, shop black owned, like think about the owners. No, they're playing a game of chess. They are talking about real estate.
Yeah.
In the same way McDonald's isn't about fast food, McDonald's is about real estate.
Yeah.
Hair shops are about real estate.
Yeah.
So until we start buying real estate on high streets,
Facts.
then we're going to struggle. But thankfully, I feel like the internet is a great equalizer. Like anyone can open an online business tomorrow. But again, as consumers, we have to be organized and go online and order your stuff in advance so that it gets delivered to your house. But until then, we do need to start paying more attention to real estate and buying on high streets.
Very true.
How can we get Treasure Chest their own spot permanent?
I mean, send your people down to our shop in Birmingham and we'll continue to extend the lease. And then we'll find a permanent location that we can buy outright.
All right then, people support, man.
If you wanted to have a permanent location, where would you want it to be?
0121, man.
I love that.
I really like Birmingham. I like being there. I like the consumers.
Yeah.
I would start in Birmingham.
Oh.
Yeah, majority of our listeners are from London, right?
I mean, I would do Peckham again, but now we've done Peckham maybe like 5 years ago. So I wouldn't want people to think that we're just there because of what happened.
I feel like Covent Garden, like, you know what I mean? I feel like Central will be sick.
But again, that's
Somewhere
not the
Central.
game. The game is chess, which means that black people are going to hair shops because it's convenient.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yes,
not.
yes,
If
yes.
you're
Forget
in the
about
middle of
that.
doing your hair and you run out of edge control, you're not going to Covent Garden.
No.
That's true, actually.
You're going to your
You're
local
running out
high
to Peckham
street.
Actually.
Yeah. And so that's where we need to be.
That's so true.
Are you looking for like investors, another business partner to kind of help expand, or?
So investment is something that I've been going back and forth with, where I'm always like, should I do it? Shall I not? I've got some good relationships with a few investors.
Okay.
I'm more akin to going down the route of angel investment rather than VC.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'm always open to more conversations and more connections for sure.
Okay. Black people, you listening?
So how was that transition from, because you're from a finance background, funny enough I am, even though I don't want to stay there. So how was that transition to doing this? Like, how was how hard was it to like be like, okay, finally I can leave this now?
It's not something that I wanted to do. Like, I always say that in my ideal, I would have kept my full-time job and I would have had a successful business as well. If I could have done both, that would have been a game changer. But I didn't have the energy. Like, I physically could not
do that.
because I was working in portfolio compliance and I had to be there at 7 a.m. and I was working till 7 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and then outside of that, I was literally waking up at 5, working on Treasure Tress, coming home, working on Treasure Tress till 2. So I was averaging like 3 hours of sleep a night. So this isn't sustainable.
Yeah.
So had it have been sustainable, I probably still would have been doing it. But because it wasn't, it caused me to give it literally everything that I had. And so I was moonlighting for as much as possible, for as long as possible. Then it got to the point where I was so run down, so burnt out that I was like, I physically can't do this anymore. And so I had the choice, like, do I quit this idea for this business or do I give this business a go and see what happens? And I was like, do you know what? I'm young enough that if it goes wrong, I can always do a U-turn. So let me try this business, see what happens, and then take it from there.
When will your TV ad be out?
Q1 of 2024, we're trying to go for February.
Okay, nice.
But we start recording next month, and I'm going to Channel 4 today, actually, for a meeting.
Cheers.
So did you, like, are you coming up with it by yourself? Are you working with a team to come up with it? Did they provide you a team?
Yeah, so obviously my team are a key part of it, but they've been really intentional about making sure that it's a black director and black production company. So we met them for the first time last week, and I was so blown away.
Lovely.
Because they showed us the imagery that they were like, we've done some research on your brand.
Sick.
This is what we have in mind for the set.
Yeah.
And our jaws dropped because we were like, this is literally imagery that we have on a mood board
Oh, sick.
that we were
Wow.
considering for
Oh,
our
that's
store.
amazing.
It was so aligned and
Look at that.
yeah, I just felt so seen and
Yeah,
so listened
so heard.
to.
Yeah.
Even little things like the director, like the whole time he was looking me dead in my eye, like throughout the whole
intense.
conversation, like listening to what I was saying, nodding. And I was just saying random things. I was like, yeah, it's really important for me that it's like showing that it's a generational thing because hair for black women is a ritual and it's how we spend time with our mothers, our aunties, our sisters. I need that to be reflected. And I also need it to be reflected that black women are born into all types of families now. So a lot of mixed race women have white mums. I need them to feel as though it's something that they can tap into for their children. And I need men not to, like, I was just giving him so much information. And I was like, I don't know how you get this into 30 seconds, but I trust that you can do it.
Yeah.
And he was literally like,
Got it.
yep.
What's his name?
Sorry, say that again.
What's his name?
Oh, dear. Adu is his first name and his second name I can't remember.
Big up him. That's sick. I love that.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So
That's so good.
what's next? Obviously, November box is a surprise.
Yes.
So subscribe so we can see what the surprise is together.
Yes.
And then what's next year? Like outside of the TV ad as well. Like what's anything you can share with us?
Yeah, so our priorities this year are definitely, well, the billboard's just finished. The TV ads are being recorded next month. Stores open till the end of the year. And, you know, we could extend beyond then.
Yeah.
And then going into next year, it is really important for us to get on TV because of the mass market appeal.
Yeah.
Which means that we want people to understand that, yes, this is a brand that has been developed for and by black women. But equally, if you have curly hair, you can use these products.
Yeah.
And that's something that the pop-up shop taught me because we've always been blackity black as a brand.
Yeah.
And when white women walked in initially, we were a bit like, hi. But then a lot of them were like, no, like, can you actually help me? Like, what can I do? And we were like going back and forth. And then they'd come back in like, oh my God, the products that you suggested have transformed my hair.
Oh, beautiful.
We even had like white men with bald heads coming into the store and we were like, hello. And they were like, yeah, this is my wife. Showed me a picture of their wife, a black woman, mixed race daughter. I want to get them something for Christmas. So that taught me that as much as the Black community is at the forefront and is the priority for us, we do have the ability to serve so many more people.
Nice, yeah.
And so next year, that's what we're doing.
Love that. I was going to ask you, do you season boxes? Like Christmas coming up, are you going to have like a Christmas box?
Yes, we always do like something cute for Christmas.
That's it.
Valentine's Day, we do something cute. And November's actually our brand anniversary. So we're having an activation in the store to celebrate 8 years.
Oh, so fun.
So you meant a little Spanish thyme and rosemary thing you give me. Season boxes. Mine was just like, what?
Actually cannot take you anywhere, you know. No, that's really, really cool. I'm really, really proud of you. Like what you're doing is absolutely amazing. And congratulations on 8 years. That's so sick.
That's so good.
You actually started when black hair wasn't a trend. 'Cause I remember when, you know, because back then obviously our hair was permed and whatnot, and then we went into this whole black girl magic, and
phase,
then everyone transitioning, and then saying that you don't know how to do with your hair, even though you transitioned for the movement, but we didn't know what to do with it then. So you actually started when no one was really, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
I remember when I
sick.
first stopped straightening my hair and I tried to do my first braid out, and one of my friends was like, Jamelia, like, are you going out like that?
So you ready then?
And I was like, yeah. And then now everyone's got natural hair.
Look at
Like,
that.
now all of my friends have natural hair, but at the beginning it was like, why don't you just like straighten your hair? So yeah, I think that there's a lot that has shifted, but I'm just, I feel encouraged that like our mindset is also shifting.
Yes, very
and
important.
hair is really sacred to us. It's really personal to us. But equally, I also agree with women that are like, do you know what? It's just hair.
Yeah.
Like we can also just enjoy our hair the way that other races with. If we want to do wigs, if we want to do weaves, if we want to do sewings, if we want to do braids, we should have that variety as well, because part of the beauty of our hair is its versatility.
What do you think is an unhealthy, when you just said it's just hair, just unlocked something for me, but what do you think is one of the unhealthy things or mindset that we hold on to about hair as well? And Chrissy, you can answer as well.
I think the concept of good hair is like the worst thing that has happened to us
Yeah.
when we consider hair.
Yeah.
I think we discount so much when we like say, oh, it's because they've got good hair, or they like, there's so much to be celebrated in all of like in the diversity of our hair.
Yeah.
If we keep a really pigeonholed view of this is only what like nice hair is, then we discount so much. Like, I think there's a lot there, but I think that phrase needs to just be gone. Like we need to get rid of it.
I think just off the back of that, the relationship with texture. I think we need to drop the bondage of texture.
Yeah.
Because even you know when you even hear like texturism, like how that became a thing.
It's a real thing though.
I feel like that's an American thing, but I'm not to say it's not a thing. Obviously it's a thing, but I feel like just even just the bondage with the whole texture thing and how we see textures.
Yeah.
We need to just like, I feel like we need to train our mind that just because a thicker or it's not
a hierarchy.
It's not a hierarchy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, because I've got this thick hair and they've got a looser curls, then it's somewhat better and stuff like that. Because I feel like it's even seeped into like how women are even viewed, or black women are even viewed, even to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Like I think men they just think it's very simple, but they don't know they've also internalized that and they projected it onto women.
Which is why they get the hair relaxed as well. Yeah.
Do you know what mine is? Mine is length. I feel like we really carry that is part of that whole good hair thing. Like you think because your hair has some length to it, it's automatically healthy or whatever it is. But actually it's like dead ends, it's this and that. And I remember when I was gonna cut my hair, I shaved my hair, and I remember I went to the hairdresser's first year, and she was like, "Are you sure you want to do?" I said, "Yes, girl." And then because basically the barbers was next to us, I went to her to wash it, treat it, and blah blah before I cut it off. And when I went to the barbers, it was a black barbers. Big up him, he's a cute guy. But when I went to him, he was like, "Are you sure?" And I sat there like, "Yes, I'm sure." I feel like we hold on to like we hold on to hair. So when you said it's just hair, I remember that's what I thought. 'Cause I said to him, I was like, "It's just hair. It's gonna grow back." Like,
and there's something really liberating about cutting your hair as well.
I can feel all the winds and all the breezes and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I remember like, he was like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Should I just cut it a little?" I was like, "No, like cut it all off," kind of thing. And it was like are you really sure? And the other barber got involved. Do you really want? And it's because we hold on to like hair. Like that's why people hold on to like even dead hair. It's like, your hair's like healthy, babes. Cut it.
Taught, though.
No,
I've been taught that long hair is. That there's a hierarchy, even down to like language. Yeah. For me and at Treasure Tress, we don't use the hair typing system. Okay. So you won't see like this product is great for frothy hair. Okay. We don't do it. Yeah. Because for me, that indicates that there's a hierarchy. Yes. At the top of the hierarchy is number 1, which is straight hair. And then at the bottom of the hierarchy is number 4, which is kinky hair. Yeah. And then C also reinforces that it's the bottom of the rung.
And that's how I think.
And we don't like it.
And that's actually how I think about like, because I've got 4C hair and that's why I think, oh, like in the list of things of hair that's important, mine is the least important. Yeah. That's why when I see products, I'm like, oh, that's not for me.
And that's part of the work that I hope that we're undoing, such that you don't think about, oh, because my hair is this, I'm excluded from using these products. Instead, it should be like, oh, okay, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to use it differently to the way that, I don't know, my mixed race cousin does.
It's true. Because I can't lie, I straighten my hair. And people would be like, because I straighten it, I used to be relaxed before for a very long time. And then I stopped. And then I'll just like, I still want to straighten it though.
Yeah.
But then people be like, oh, like they'll still automatically think it's still relaxed. And I'm like, no, it's just straightened. So they'll be like, oh, but your hair doesn't like thing. And I'm like, yeah, so what type is your hair? And I'm like, God, I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Cool and I love
it just it is. I can't tell you why it just does. So it's just like the questioning the type of hair because it lasts longer like mine. And I'm like, I can't engage in this with you because I literally don't know.
Yeah. But I think it's also a way to like discount your own beauty. Because if you can say to me, oh, my hair is 3B, this is why my hair stays straight, then I can be like, oh, my hair's not 3B.
My hair's not going to do that,
my hair's never going to do that. So again, I think it's like a self-esteem thing. Like we have to get rid of it and just appreciate what we have in the way that we have it.
Yeah. Because I do remember I did ask you, I thought your hair was permed, I can't lie, for the longest time. But then when you told me it was straightened, I was inquiring more because I was like, what tips and tricks are you using? Because one gym session...
And I always get that. Like, I always get that thing. And I'm just like, and I can't lie to you, all through my life, I think the reason why I don't do DIY is also because laziness. Like, hence why I never jumped on like beauty stuff as well. Yeah. I'm just like, I just need to go. So it's just inconvenience for me.
Yeah.
So I just never, I was like, I don't have time. So I would just rather just go and pay for the convenience. That's just probably more where it is. Yeah. But it's just more of like, the taking the time and then even talking to people. That's why I'm just like, I just don't know. I literally go to the hairdressers. This is what works for me. And that's that, literally. As long as the hair, when I'm walking out, I feel good.
And I think that's the most important part.
That is the most important part.
Because my best friends, like my hair's not naturally thick. I have quite fine strands, whereas my best friends have like, two of my best friends have really thick hair. Yeah. So she used to go to the hairdressers and people would literally ask her like, what weave is that? And she'd be like, no, it's my hair. Because her hair's so thick and full. I went to that same hairdresser's. My silk press was not looking like hers.
And people will be saying, it always gets the question like...
I felt like, oh my days, what's wrong with my hair? Yeah. But it's because that's not what I was meant to do with my hair. Then I started experimenting with my hair in its natural state. And I was like, okay, this I can do.
Do you know what it reminded me of when you said it didn't look like hers? It's when we were younger and I thought when I perm my hair, it's going to look like the little girl
on the box.
On the Just For Me box.
Crazy. Whose hair was actually straightened.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
I feel like that actually happened to someone who asked me like, oh, your hair, so where did you get it done? And obviously I said, this is why I got it done.
You set them up for failure.
No, but in my mind I was thinking...
You answered the question
I just answered the question.
You just want a hairdresser, there you go.
I'm recommending my hairdresser because I think she's good. I'm not even thinking... And then obviously like the next day... Obviously, she didn't say nothing, but you know when someone can tell...
She's got an issue with you now.
Non-verbal communication.
You know, it was actually someone from our son's school. And then, so you know, they were coming to pick up, and then she looked, you could tell like...
dead in the eye, like, well, you did this.
And I'm like...
But hey, I didn't give you the routine.
I didn't give you... I said thing.
I just gave you the hairdresser's.
When I tell you...
asked me who done my hair, and I told you.
And I answered that.
When I tell you... A couple of days later, she had a weave-in. I said...
Okay, girl.
She said enough
That's
is enough.
so awkward.
So how important has the support from your husband been throughout this particular journey?
Oh, paramount.
Thank you.
I love that.
Like when we started... we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and he's actually a web developer, so he built the first website.
Oh, nice.
And I feel like I bribed him with like box of Krispy Kreme donuts. And I was like, can we just stay up and can you help me build this website?
Yeah.
And he helped me build the website. And then, ever since then, but even like just moral support of having someone that like really believes you can do it, but equally can see your growth.
Yeah.
So like even when things are happening, like transitions in my team, because there was a stage when like the team that I had to start with was no longer the team that I had.
Okay.
And that was really difficult for me because I was like, am I a bad person? Am I a terrible leader? Like so many things. And he was like, no, like this is what happens.
Yeah.
And he loves like startup and tech. And he was like, this is what happens in all of the companies.
Yeah.
Like it is perfectly normal. This is what you're going to do. And like just someone to reaffirm you
That's
as
it.
to who you are because they've known you for so long.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a really, really long time. So
Oh, that's so
I love
wholesome.
that.
Oh, I
Is he
love
from
that.
Jamaica too?
yeah.
Love that. Well, we asked our guests 2 questions. So if you please let us know something that nobody knows about you or that's not common knowledge, and also your biggest life lesson.
Wow. Something that not a lot of people know about me.
It could be anything. It could be a hobby. It could be something you like to do, something interesting you found out when you were doing your research. Anything.
I feel like I get asked this question quite a bit, so I don't feel like there's anything that's that shocking. I lived for a month in Uganda.
Okay.
When I think I was about 18.
Oh, wow.
You really
Nice.
travel, isn't it?
Well traveled.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I love traveling.
Okay. And your biggest life lesson?
What is for you will not pass you by. Is my
Amen.
biggest life lesson.
Amen to that. All right,
Nice.
lovely. Can you let people know your socials, please? And also just let them know again where they can go and shop in person.
Yes, for sure. My socials, my Instagram is Jamelia is obsessed. My TikTok is the same. Treasure Tress Instagram is at Treasure Tress, TRESS, across all of the platforms. And our pop-up shop is open, Unit L12, Link Street, Birmingham, Upper West Bullring. We're between TK Maxx and Trapstar.
Beautiful. And in 2 weeks' time, you're going to launch creating your own box.
Exactly. And in
Sick.
2 weeks' time, you can go online to treasuretress.co.uk and build your own box. So choose which products you want for a really affordable price.
Sick. I love that. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. You guys are so vibey. I love it.
Oh, thank you, babes. And let's get to our last headlines.
Do it. Okay, so our last headline. Campaigners have said that under 18s are bypassing England's ban on Botox and lip fillers by travelling to Wales.
At the age of 18.
Yes, under 18s. Imagine.
This is what we're talking
Lip
about.
fillers.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Cosmetic Botox and lip fillers for under 18s were banned in England back in 2021, but the rule
so
does not
recent.
apply. Yeah, it doesn't apply in Wales,
Jesus.
so that's where they're going.
No wonder they were looking at fishes.
Under
Okay.
18 though, that's a bit
Yeah,
young.
under 18s. Yeah.
That's why you have to define beauty from young, you know.
Facts.
That's sad.
100%. Campaign group Save Face, which maintains a list of qualified cosmetic practitioners in the UK and pushed for the law to change, said they received reports of children coming to Wales to get around the ban. The Welsh government said it was working to address what it describes as a regulatory gap in the area. The director of Save Face, Ashton Collins, speaking to the BBC, said that treatments were becoming increasingly popular amongst young people. And having worked with MP Laura Troft to implement the law in England, she thought it was a no-brainer for Wales to also adopt the law. The organisation says a crisis is waiting to happen with young people, as children believe fillers or Botox are akin to getting their eyebrows down. Instead, the risks of botched procedures can lead to blindness and tissue damage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people don't know this, I guess. Very sad, man. And next headline, some sad news, man, trigger warning here. And a British timber merchant and his South African wife were killed in a terrorist attack whilst they were on their honeymoon in Uganda. You know what I'm saying? Newlyweds David Barlow, 50, and Celia Geyer, a luxury hotel executive from Berkshire, and their local guide, Eric Alei, were ambushed by rebels linked to ISIS, basically. The bodies of the couple were found near their burnt-out Jeep in Queen Elizabeth National Park on Tuesday evening. The president, Yoweri Museveni, he vowed that the terrorists will pay with their own wretched lives for their cowardly attack. I like when African presidents speak like this, you know. This country, you won't get that. You just say the full extent of the law. This man said, this man
And
said,
it's never the full extent.
it's never, you know what I'm saying?
You're out in 2 months of probation. That's the whole thing.
Wild.
This man
Only the
said,
tip of the extent of the law.
Listen to what he said. He said, killing these wretched individuals will not bring back the Sorry. Killing these wretched individuals will not bring back the lives of those wonderful friends of Uganda who have chosen our country for their honeymoon out of the 193 countries in the world. You know what I'm saying?
That is sad, though.
It's very sad.
Very sad.
Called it a cowardly attack. He said they're going to pay with their wretched lives. And our last headline, and this is crazy, man. And I think I saw a brief clip of this online as well. And basically, outrage erupted after footage emerged of a boy who appeared to be wearing a school uniform, right? And he was seen lying on the ground after being taken down by police, with witnesses screaming in horror. Officer had been called to an address in Hodge Hill in Birmingham on Monday after reports of a civil matter between neighbours. But the situation descended into chaos, with horrifying footage showing the West Midlands police officer grabbing the teenager and putting him in a headlock. So I saw that part, right? Onlooker screamed, get off him, as the boy manages to break free from the copper's grip. The same officer then points his taser at the boy, right? Before shooting him, basically, causing him to fall on the grass. So he tasered him. In the hard-to-watch clip, the boy's leg starts twitching as he lays helplessly on the grass. A woman in the background, who seems to be his mum, could be heard shouting, "He's 14. What the F have you done to my son? He's 14 years old. That's how they're treating people." The officer tells the boy not to move and to put his hands back on behind his back. Terrified people can be heard pleading, "Watch his asthma. Look, he can't breathe. He's a child." You know what I'm saying? The officer then yells at witnesses to stay back, and he says to them, "I don't care. I don't care." The force revealed today that the officer involved has since been removed from frontline duties pending an investigation. The West Midlands Police spokesperson said that following the arrest of a 37-year-old man and a teenage boy for assaulting a police officer in Kempston Road on Monday, both have been released on police bail with strict conditions while our inquiries continue. During the incident, the 14-year-old boy was tasered. This is them confirming this, right? The officer concerned has been removed from frontline duties whilst the incident is investigated. We understand the depth of feeling from members of the public who have viewed footage of the encounter online, and we are reviewing this alongside body-worn footage of the incident in its entirety to determine any wrongdoing. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
Thank you. Let's get into the reaction.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I thought the joke was that we're still here this time. I'm joking. Let's get into it then.
All right, people. So, quick walker jokes today, yeah? I wanted to ask you guys, because obviously you guys are wretched meat eaters.
Outstanding pillars of the community, but please continue.
But I wanted to ask you guys, let's just say there was something wrong, God forbid, with cows, chickens, fish, all that type of stuff, yeah? Would you guys continue to eat meat if there was an option between horse meat? Because remember, we had this scandal
what's so
before.
funny?
That one.
Before you finished that, when you said cows, I was thinking, we did horse meat already.
There you go. So horse meat, what if it was like plant-based but lab-created meat? Mm-hmm. What about if it was human-engineered meat?
Ew, like human beings.
Nah,
Yeah.
I saw something about that.
We have breast milk
I
from
saw
human
something
beings.
about that recently, the human engineered, and they were, I can't remember what country they were in. I'm not doing it.
No.
Just give me
What
the
does human engineered mean? Is the
So
engineering
it'll
part
just
that they
be-
killed them?
No. So basically, it would just be like, let's just say cells. So you know that stem cells can be used to grow any other type of cell or organ in your body, right? Theoretically or whatever. Something similar. So they'll just grow it to,
in the lab,
yeah,
from human flesh in
engineer
the
it,
lab.
and then you can have it.
Conversation's about to make me vegan.
No?
Give me the plants all day.
Okay, good man.
Just plants. I'm not hearing that fake engineered.
Well, you already
lab
eat
stuff.
horse meat though. But you
Yeah,
see
there
that
you
you see
go.
that horse meat scandal, yeah?
Did you try some?
Did
Did you try some?
I didn't. No one tried it voluntarily.
Yeah, but
We all was eating it
How was it all eating it?
because
it was
basically,
in
obviously, remember
Tesco's
they
and
said
they
they
didn't tell
found
people.
they found some in meats that was being sold, like
Yeah.
all the beef, steaks, whatever that was being sold.
Yeah.
I don't believe they cleared all of that up. I don't believe that. I don't believe the meat we eat all the time is always beef.
Mm-hmm.
It's meat, all right. But I don't believe that horse meat thing was a real. Because remember, it had been going on for a while, and then someone blew the whistle, and they're like, "Oh yes, oh my gosh, what the hell happened here? There's horse meat in some of the meats, but it's horse meat passing as beef. So you're telling me, is horse meat more expensive than cows?
I would have thought so, but obviously...
Clearly, where have I
can't-
not been?
That's
Yeah,
what I would have
exactly.
thought. Exactly.
I would have thought so, but I remember all the shops like testing and whatever else. Because then if so, it should have just been the butchers, the organic butchers. Even that stuff, if you're going to organic butchers and you think the damn cow you're eating is organic,
Been treated right. It's been treated
all that stuff is a damn lie.
All right, well, I've got a clip to show you guys.
Oh, don't make me vegetarian, man.
That would be good for you.
I ignored you. I ignored you. I didn't say anything.
No, I was trying to listen and I was just hearing noise. And then I turned around and I saw it's by your mouth. So everybody else is hearing or not hearing what I'm not hearing. Sorry for snapping.
Again, ignored.
Time rush began. It was time for
This is wickedness.
Okay.
Have a taste. It's from human cells. Interested in trying?
How do you feel?
They tried to put comedy in there, and it's not funny. Like the whole. Nah, I'm
But
not.
they try to put comedy in there because it's not a real thing.
Yeah, so this is not, obviously you can tell it's not real, right? But do you feel like we can get to this stage though?
100%.
Oh, it's not real.
No, it's not real. It's not real.
Oh.
No.
Because then that'd be the flood again.
What
In the
do you-
Bible, in the Bible, it said that part of the reason as to why it is God to the flood is because all the Nephilim were eating human being flesh, and you're not supposed to be doing that. So, and this is basically it. You're eating
Very
flesh.
close
flesh.
too.
Yeah, man, it's so mad.
Yeah, I reckon we can get there, but God forbid, I hope we don't, because.
But what are we doing to stop it? Because look at people like Just Oil and environmental people who campaign about all this type of stuff. Don't eat meat, don't do this, da 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 da. Eventually we're getting there because people don't care. We all find them annoying. Something to think about. But anyway, just wanted to give you that, for today.
Food for thought.
You man trying to get us to be vegan, boy.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No.
By force and by fire.
Mate, it didn't work. I'm going to get some meat after this.
Trust me.
Let's get into the reaction then.
I get some horse.
All right, people. Reaction time. There ain't much to talk about, to be fair. Salah has called for an immediate humanitarian aid to be allowed into Gaza and for the massacres in the Israeli-Hamas conflict to stop. Hundreds of Palestinian civilians were killed in a massive blast at Gaza City Hospital on Tuesday, which you spoke about a couple of times, while concerns grow as supplies of water and food ran out, right? So both Israel and Hamas have issued rival claims about the atrocity feared to have killed at least 500 people. But he's come out, like I said, for them to... He's just appealing, basically, to the authorities and people that be to allow for humanitarian aid to enter into Gaza. Because
I don't
people are
think they
suffering.
care what he says.
You know what I'm saying? But you never know. Because a lot of the time we all complain, not all of us, but a lot of us say, you know what, these particular people are not speaking out. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking out. You know what I'm saying? So pick him up anyway.
He's speaking out on the wrong side, apparently.
Oh, is it? Where's he from?
Egypt.
Egypt, isn't it?
Ain't they letting people through Egypt?
Well, that particular
that
thing
was
got
the plan.
bombed, didn't it? Is it the Rafah crossing? But,
No, when I
yeah.
said the wrong side, I mean...
Yeah, I know. The last thing I wanted to speak about is, I'm sure you guys heard, Boatsi and Aziz was meant to fight, innit? Been cancelled, man.
Why?
Apparently, Dan Aziz, he suffered a back injury on Tuesday. So yeah, man. So they've had to postpone the fight. It looked like, at first it looked like the entire thing was just off the entire night. But apparently, Boxer, who are the promoters behind this, are saying, no, we're going to move this to York Hall. So,
Okay.
yeah. So obviously the main fighters,
Yeah.
Boatsi and Aziz, they ain't going to be there.
But everyone else.
But everyone else would be there. So there was meant to be a British title clash between Mikhail Lawal and Isaac Chamberlain, which everyone's looking forward to. I was looking forward to that fight as well. That's still going to be happening. So that's going to be like the
That's gonna be
main
the main
fight,
fight, okay.
at York Hall on Saturday. But yeah, people are obviously speculating because, funny enough, I messaged my boy and I was like, yo, you see what Eddie Hearn said? And this was like almost 2 weeks ago. Eddie Hearn said, yo, I heard the fight is going to be cancelled. 2 weeks ago. And everyone's like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, so he knew from time.
Well, he said, it's just a rumour. A lot of time in boxing we hear rumours here, there and everywhere. Sometimes only 25% of it is true. Come now, 2 weeks later,
Cancelled.
fight's cancelled. So people are speculating about whether he obviously genuinely knew something. If it was because of sales, because obviously they're not the most famous boxers in the world. Like if you care about boxing, you know about them. But if not, you wouldn't really know who Joshua Buatsi is and Dan Aziz, right? And so the fear was apparently that they wasn't going to sell out level 2.
So
you know what I'm saying? And there'll be loads of empty seats. So they kind of cancelled it. But again, we've seen it before where I think O2 is like, what, 20,000 people? Something like that?
Yeah.
We've seen it before where people kind of sell 10,000 seats and they just take off the lights at certain stages, isn't it? So it doesn't look empty. So people were thinking, you could have just done that. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is if this injury stuff is not true. But yeah, officially, Dan Aziz suffered a back injury on Tuesday.
Shame, man.
And yeah, man, the fight's not going ahead. But yeah, like I said, the rest of the card will do. And that's going to be on Sky, I believe. I think it's going to be shown on Sky. But it's going to be at York Hall in Bethnal Green. But yeah, that's it for the reaction.
All right, well, it's the outro time. Let's get into it. Yes, we're done. Thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, big up our guest as well, Jamelia. And you can check out her business, Treasure Tress, on the gram. And also big up all you guys who've tuned in, listening. The likes are making so much sense today. I was pleasantly surprised. Taken aback I was. I said, oh, look at that. Love that.
Love that.
So big up you guys. Big up the moderators. Big up our researchers as well. We appreciate you. Please, if you haven't yet liked the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Subscribing to our channel really, really helps us grow. And I know you guys want us to grow, so please do that. Follow us on our social media platforms at The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and on the Clock app. You can send your dilemmas in to the number 075 6484 1073. That's also the number to call when we're live on air. On that note, big up Ramsey. And if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Can I just say that is also the email address for guest inquiries? Thank you very much.
Yes. Oh, also, if you don't mind, can I big up Rena?
Of course you can. Who is Rena?
Because, funny enough, I met her at one of my boys' weddings. This is like maybe... You've been married for over a year now, so it's early TDA.
Oh, I remember you said actually. I think I remember that.
Early TDA. She was like, "Oh, I love TDA."
We got Rena.
She's still watching today. In fact, she was the one who told us about Jamelia.
Look at.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love active listeners.
So big up Rena every time.
Big up Rena.
You know
Good vibes, Rena.
Yeah.
Like that. Thank you. Well, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye.